And we are live. Quick mic check from the random people to make sure that everyone can be heard on YouTube.
Please, dear God,
Yes.
let me behold.
Okay, so we've had a
We'll
chat.
see.
We'll see if Ziggy or anybody else in the chat mentions. I can English, I swear. Being able to not hear anybody.
The dragon hasn't had his daily gold. He cannot English properly.
Need more gold and beer. It has been quite a while since we last played. So to refresh everybody's memory, this all began when a little idiot noble and his escorts arrived outside of the village of Greenest and found it on fire and under attack by a dragon.
I forgot about that
Being very, 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 very foolish, they then proceeded to enter the town and fight kobolds and cultists and mercenaries, but they did avoid fighting the dragon, so they weren't entirely stupid as fuck. Afterwards, they were hired to track down the mercenaries and the cultists and everything and figure out where the hell they are. And then what the hell their plans are so that the town could mount a retaliatory strike. Also, if they could at all, to free any prisoners that they find. And they did that. And they found a little valley filled with a bunch of people, way more than they could possibly fight, and they snuck in and they freed the prisoners and caused all kinds of havoc and panic. And so, after getting back to town with their freed prisoners, including a monk Leononson? Whatever the hell the stupid monk's name is. They were paid and offered the job to go back again to get more up-to-date information now that they have these people safe for final planning of the attack. Only to find the place abandoned, pretty much.
Yeah, mostly abandoned.
Mostly
I
abandoned.
don't remember. Was the dragon dude still in the cave?
You do have reason to believe that there is the dragon dude that Brune previously fought somewhere in this cave.
All right, cool.
He's been buying meat from local hunters, along with a group of kobolds and what have yous. Other mercenaries, cultists. What the fuck just happened?
Lazy bastard can't even hunt his own food. Don't tell me you went black screen.
No, apparently Vivaldi interpreted my mouse moving as being a reason to, well, go back a screen.
Oh.
So, no idea why it did that, but I'm back. I'm still here. Your
right.
god hasn't abandoned you yet.
Yeah. All right.
And investigating the cave, you found a couple of lazy guards, and then Walker fell down some stairs and got attacked by fungus, burned everything down, and then the party proceeded to fight sturges that sucked their blood and tried to eat their brains.
Hate those damn things.
You subsequently rested, and some of you had a really, really weird, fucked up dream, but we won't get into that. If you're really curious, you should go watch Session 9.
Yep.
It was a drug trip.
Most definitely.
How could you have missed all of the fun, Crimson? You were the one having the fucked up dream. So that brings us to where you are now, having had a little bit of a rest and ready to press on into the cave, or just GTFO, as you see fit.
I'm okay with pressing forward.
Yeah.
All right. You
Sounds
have,
good to me.
from where you are in the cave right now, you can see a passageway off to your left. A passageway that looks like it goes down, maybe with some stairs, over here to your right. Directly forward, it looks like there is some kind of a precipitous drop into the darkness.
Oh, wonderful. All right, so left or right?
Or you could always climb down into the precipitous darkness.
Well, you said I'm taking point, Walker?
Yeah, it's your turn to take point. I tried it last time.
He tried face tanking last time and it got a sturge to the face.
That's
Yeah,
fair. I suppose we head out over this way.
All right.
So
from that direction, and in fact, I suppose I should have pointed this out, but it's been a while, so and the book doesn't necessarily cover everything perfectly beautifully. You can actually see a certain amount of just very dimly, you can see light coming from somewhere back here.
Okay. Let's hug the corner and see what we can see.
Yeah, let's just hug this wall up here.
Yeah.
So about About 25 feet.
So you're gonna move up there.
Yes. Okay, that is very right.
I'm gonna move
And,
up to behind him.
yeah, you guys update where you're putting yourselves, whilst I... Rise, give me a perception check as you're approaching that area.
Okay. An 18
Okay.
good.
So pull yourself back 1 square, because you were smart enough. Or
Okay.
perceptive enough.
Oh, he escaped tripping a trap, didn't he?
Probably in a trap or being seen.
Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything you do right now will attempt to send when you go back online, but to be on the safe side, you might want to stop doing anything important. You may want to check your status site for more info.
I checked the status site. The status site says everything's okay.
So,
that happened to me
did
earlier.
it update to show you guys teas and possibly some other stuff?
Jeez.
No.
There is
I'm
a
looking at
trap in the far back, but that was one we triggered. I don't see any on the map currently.
I don't even... Yeah, I see a giant T way back here.
Alright, let me see what happens if I reload the page.
You guys are seeing stuff that I'm not.
When
I
I
think
say
they're
way back
looking
here, I
behind.
mean like, yeah, behind us as well. I see a giant
Oh,
T.
yeah.
The trap that you had originally set off a while ago now.
The trap that I
Yeah.
set off. Alright. And of course, the one time that I put Martin Luther on point, he's lucky enough to not trip into anything.
Hey, fuck you.
And detect it. Which is a good thing. Because you didn't detect it last time, and I wound up tripping and falling flat on my ass.
Okay, so I figured out the problem. I tried to do way too much all at once.
Oh.
And so that made it go, oh my god, I can't handle this. No, what are you doing to me? So,
4,
as
5,
you
6,
turn the
Alright.
corner,
8. Oh.
you see in the back, you see directly ahead of you. And of course, they put this at the end of the entry. They talk about the trap.
Yeah.
Where those T's are
Mm-hmm.
is effectively what looks like some kind of parchment sheet spread over the ground.
Oh, a deadfall. Alright.
And made to kind of look more or less like the floor in the room. But like, a little breeze is ruffling one of the corners, which tips you off to its presence.
Oh, it's a pit trap. Awesome.
As I de-stack the party. Since the party was apparently standing on each other.
I was not standing on anyone. We all got to stand 5 feet apart because we're not gay.
And
now.
you also see any enemies that might be revealed by your line of sight.
How's your guys' this area is well lit, isn't it?
I mean,
There
I
are
see
a
8
number of-
enemies.
So he can
I
see
see 2.
he can see quite a few.
Yeah.
Oh,
was
I
gonna
only
say, I
see
have
2.
dark vision, so
Well, it should also for you be for each of you. It should also be calculating based on your actual character's line of sight.
I've got line of sight on these 2 right here.
Rise,
Yeah.
Rise has the cleanest line of sight of you guys.
Yeah, I can see
So he
for
suddenly,
every point.
for you guys'
1,
perspective, he
2,
just suddenly pulls up short and starts counting under his breath.
5,
7,
6, 7,
8.
8. What are they? I can't tell from the icon.
I see 5 kobolds and 3.
It should be noted this kobold has wings.
Oh, great.
Okay, well,
The
that
one
makes
with the
sense.
gold
They all
background.
descendants from they all dragons, so that does make sense.
So the area that you've walked in on or walked up to has a number of low burning pyres, braziers, basically piles of coal lit on fire in little metal bins.
Yeah.
A drop off over on this side into, and that's sadly one thing. Those guys should technically probably still be hidden from sight because of the drop off, but whatever. Drop off into a lower level area, and it looks like these two over here to you, Rise, appear to be, well, getting ready to feed something. None of them seem to be giving much notice to where you're coming in. They all seem perfectly happy and content to just do their thing.
Okay.
Does
Quick
Martin
question.
see anything else, like another passageway or anything like that, or is this a dead end?
I mean, there was one off to our right, one behind us.
So, I think
I
Martin has
I
line of
see.
sight to
Yeah, I see.
what looks
I
like an
see
opening
this
over
one.
here.
I
There's
do
also a
see that.
staircase leading down into this area.
This could-
Quick question. What are these enemies down here?
Those appear to be some kind of a four-legged reptilian thing. Let me see if we have a player handout for it.
I wonder if the kobolds are getting ready to feed them.
Which way are the two kobolds in the back face? Are they facing towards this pitch black area for me? Are they looking over here? Or are they looking down into that descent?
That's how we do it.
Oh, a Drake.
That should pull up what these guys
Oh.
look like.
A Drake. Okay. Oh shit.
Well,
They do
that's-
look like immature versions. They look young to you. These two in the back do appear to be getting ready to feed the drakes.
Okay.
And there is an iron, this dotted line around
It's
the
an iron-
staircase
it's a-
is like an iron cage to
gate.
prevent the drakes from just walking out of the hole.
Okay.
All right, so
Molten.
realistically,
Sorry.
realistically, they can't get out.
I'm not gonna try to fight that chance. So, Walker, we have two options here.
All right.
We can literally turn 180 degrees and go down this little path here, or we can turn right and go down this little drop off over here. If y'all want to fight, I will pray for success.
Well,
No,
let's
fighting
take
this
a
would
look
not
around.
be a good idea.
Yeah, let's take a look around and see if they're make sure that we're not gonna run into anything else.
All right.
I'm thinking honestly, let's try this stairs over here real quick to see if we can see what's down there. Because I don't really want to negotiate a drop off and risk making a whole lot of noise.
That's fail.
And I'm actually surprised that they didn't come running out when I was blowing the shit out of Sturges with fireballs and all that stuff.
It's been a little while. You know, you guys fell back and rested. Maybe they weren't there earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus,
that's true.
there's enough noise and whatnot from the various water features in this cave that it makes my armor not a big issue.
All right.
Yeah, go remembering
So-
things from like weeks ago, man.
Right.
Let's take a look at the stairs and see what we can see.
All right. Do you still want me to take point?
I do want to investigate this entrance real quick, and yes, I do want you to take point. If push comes to shove, how stable is this entry into this cavern?
How stable, as in
Can it be
The-
collapsed with a considerable
Oh,
amount of effort?
Walko, please, please.
Hey, I'm just
Please,
exploring all
be-
options here.
Okay, can I bitch smack Walko?
At its narrowest point, which I suppose would be back here, you're talking about trying to collapse an area of tunnel 15-ish feet wide and high enough
yeah, that's
that that you kind of lose track.
Why not right where these traps are? That's only 10 feet.
Okay, yeah, that would be a narrower point, assuming that there are no other paths that link rooms back together. So that I was thinking that Walker was wanting to collapse the whole damn place and leave all of the enemies inside.
Hey, if push come to shove, that
Just
would
be like,
be
we
an
solved the
option.
problem. They're all dead.
I'm kind of wondering if it's possible to just block them off. Really.
So as you get,
Okay, before you do anything like that, I'm gonna
I'm-
pray.
I'm looking.
What is
I'm
a
not
reli-
actually
what,
doing
what
it.
is a religion check that I need to do?
leaning up against the
Pray
wall
to
here at the
Stimulate.
top of the steps is a spear with a pitted blade. And down at the bottom of the steps, you can plainly see what looks like. So you have a set of steeply descending stairs and a curtain made out of strips of leather. Think like if you've ever worked in a grocery store or something like that. You know the plastic cooling curtains that you see in the front of at the entry into a refrigerated area?
Yeah.
Sometimes to kind of help prevent drafts. Imagine something like that, except that it's made out of layers and layers of heavy, poorly cured leather instead of nice, clean plastic.
Mm.
Because they're fixed up at the ceiling. They're about they're about a hand wide and drag all the way down to the floor. It goes from wall to
Oh,
wall
wonderful.
and is layers thick without gaps, so you can't see into the room ahead.
Okay.
Last time I
Thodri.
heard of something like that was
Thodri.
during the Faerun Handsaw Massacre. It's a
Yeah.
great play, but
Thodri.
we're giving me the heebie-jeebies down there. Yes.
Can you turn into a spider and go down and see if you can see anything through that?
I'm a paladin, lad.
Oh shit! No, I'm thinking of Brune. I'm thinking of Brune. My bad.
Martin
My
Luther
bad,
wishes Broom
I
was
was-
here.
I do. I do miss the cuddly Bale. I confused you with Brune. My bad.
I do too, lad. I do too. He has good brew.
All right.
Wow, Brune has a
so-
good brew.
Yeah.
Who'd have
It's
thought?
so dragon.
Who'd have thought he had a good Brune? I'm gonna shut up now, Dragon. I don't want the wrath of the DM.
All right. So
This is how I go
Bunch
through
of
2
leather.
liters of beer in half an hour.
a bunch of leather strips sealing the floor so thick you can't see through them. What do you want for me to see if I hear anything on the other side of that?
That'd be a perception check.
All right. Let's see. If first.
As I realize that I'm on the wrong tab in Roll20. There we
Oh.
go.
Wow, that's a horrible.
You
That's a
hear
bad roll.
faintly in the background the slight metal on metal grind of Thodrian impatiently shifting from foot to foot.
Okay.
And-
Can I just reach in with like my short sword and barely move one of the strips to see if I can see through it? Would that be a stealth or?
If you want to move up stealthily to it, that would be a stealth check. And then at that point, it's pretty much just
I got
a
a,
perception check for what's beyond.
I got
Okay.
a bad feeling about
So
that.
yeah, I will do that.
They're so nervous and careful about a hallway.
There is leather strips. That is always
That's always
not okay. And then
that's
a
usually
perception.
ominous.
Yep. Once you're down there.
Wow, you failed
Oh,
harder
no.
than I did.
Oh,
and you're
shit.
closer.
Okay, hold on, real quick. What's that?
You're closer. You're closer than I am, and you failed harder. How is this possible?
And I believe Martin
Where'd he
Luther
go?
stepped away because of a housemate.
Oh,
Horrible
Did he
timing
hear
on that,
anything?
but
I doubt it. Did he hear anything?
well, he was wanting to look through.
Oh, he failed so hard that he got his eye gouged out by something. I'm willing to bet.
Okay, and I'm back.
All
So
right.
All
So,
right.
I'm assuming I didn't see anything.
yeah, the only thing you really get is as you're shifting it around, as you're trying to poke your way through the curtain with your sword. Very briefly, you feel a little bit of like a cold draft across your feet, right where your boots end.
So like there's like an exit?
Or it's noticeably colder on the other side of the curtain.
Could be the caveman fridge.
Yeah, this could be where they're storing all their food.
That
Ooh, does
could
anyone
be.
have any poison? I
Not
do
that
have a
Anybody
poison-
did,
I-
it would be
I do have a poisonous kit.
So you could poison their food
I could.
if their
All right,
food is
let's take a
indeed
look.
behind that curtain.
If it is there, yes.
So
Well, let's check it out. I guess.
somebody's
Yeah,
going through the curtain.
Yeah, I will. Just let me do a prayer to Ilmatal real quick. Because, man, I don't want to end up being fucked again.
I mean, come on, you found the last trap. What are the
Hey!
odds?
22!
What are the odds that you would miss a second trap so quickly?
Dragon. Do you remember what happened in, like, the second or third session?
Yeah, you. Went
I
out
got
and tried
nat
to stake
20'd,
your enemy.
only to nat 1. The chances are very, very not in my favor.
You died once. What's left to fear?
Death again?
Re-death.
Re-death. All right.
Okay.
Take a
Okay,
peek,
so
see
a
if,
22. That should do it. Yeah, after that, I'm...
You're gonna step through the curtain.
Praise be to you, Ilmatal, and step through.
All right.
I'm getting a last crusade
Give
vibe
me-
from this. Remember, the penitent
shit.
man shall pass.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit! Am I right?
Oh, shit. Wait, why did it roll a... Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. A 7. Not good. How? I
Oh,
have
you got perfectly
I have a-
average.
a 5.
You rolled poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
As you move through the curtain,
Oh,
All of a
my
sudden-
God.
all of a sudden, as you're brushing your way through and a number of metal barbs start pricking your skin, you realize maybe that's what that pitted metal spear was for. Not getting jabbed with acidic barbs! Ah! As you take 5 damage.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, and
My
as
prayers to
your,
Ilmatal didn't help.
and as your maximum HP is, at least temporarily, reduced by 5 points.
Okay.
In other words, you can't regain the lost
Yeah.
HP.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and let you know until you finish a long rest.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. I'm not
Ouch.
seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything
That's
past the
because
trap.
that's
Do I need
because
to?
you haven't moved through the curtain. If
Yeah,
you
like,
stood
I
can't
outside,
see
would
y'all.
you?
So aside from the pointy things, is it okay?
Well, all you know is that as he moved through the curtains, he probably cussed a little bit and maybe insulted Ilmater's parentage or something.
You all right down there?
You're not going to rush through the curtains to find out if everything's okay?
Well, he just swore a little bit. It's not like he screamed in
Okay.
agony.
Okay.
Did you scream in agony as you took acid damage equivalent to a quarter of your life?
I'm going to very quickly raise my hand up to my mouth and bite hold on my
Okay.
hand,
So you are
so I
suffocating
don't
your
scream.
noises. Fair
Yes.
enough.
Oh, okay, that. All right.
All right. Well, then I guess
And then as I do that, once I do that, I'm just gonna turn around and just move my hand and like, dear God, be careful. This hurts.
All
So I'm
right.
going to take my shield and push it against the flaps to go through.
All right. That requires no check.
Okay.
You're just through. There's Martin Luther bleeding from a number of cuts. And it doesn't look too good because blood shouldn't have a greenish hue to it.
Oh, that sounds like.
The hell did you get into that?
And
Look at the floor.
even worse than that is the smell of old blood effusing the room. The floor of the room is just covered in dried puddles of the stuff. From floor to four floor-to-ceiling columns, one of which you don't know is there because it's hidden by the shadow cast by another column, are spaced about the chamber, and chains have been strung between them like clothesline. Animal carcasses hang on the hooks from the chains. You see gutted and skinned antelope, deer, goats, and what might even be some big cats. And a couple of small bears, so maybe it's a good thing Brune isn't here.
Oh shit! Yeah, he'd lose his mind.
Despite the chill in the air, some of the meat seems to be turning, so it's been stocked for a while.
All right.
Well, that's
I
the
think
case.
it's safe to say that they may not be wanting to have any of that.
On the other hand, you are talking about kobolds and potentially desperate mercenaries.
That's
This
true.
all may be for feeding the drakes or as last resort food for even kobolds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you currently don't see anything trying to kill you in here.
Can I try to make at least enough points to just put at least a few drops on just random carcasses to try to get an even disposal almost?
Give me a poisoner's kit tool check. You should be proficient in it these days.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to keep watch to make sure the kobolds aren't trying to come and grab some more food for their.
Oh shit!
Animals.
How do I?
For the short term, easiest way is probably you did put it in here. For this, I think it's intelligence more than anything else. As I accidentally also roll damage for a kobold. Okay, 13 is good enough to apply poisons, successfully distributing it amongst the fresher carcasses that you think they're more likely to, actually eat. Not entirely sure what the more fragrant carcasses are for.
Maybe for the drakes.
It's not a bad intuition. Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna give away their good food.
On the other hand, have you ever tried feeding a drake shitty food and then expecting to get your hand back?
Very good point. But that might be why they're in the pit, so they can just drink it.
They just throw it down there, and the drakes don't have a choice.
Yeah.
All right, I will be back momentarily. Give me just a second.
Ha ha, poor Crimson. Neener, neener, neener. Maybe you shouldn't have a job.
Gosh.
I can be a dick. It's my job. I'm a DM.
That's fair.
Especially since we're waiting on Walker to get back from his unnecessary distraction. Obviously, he would get beer by brewing it himself with supplies that he steals from the government.
Are you telling me we wouldn't have a nice fresh balloon?
I'm talking about Crimson.
I know.
He needs to quit his job so he can play more. Or play from his job, one of the two.
It's literally just avocado oil. It smells so good.
All right, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Us mocking Alucard.
Oh. All right,
Okay,
so we've poisoned everything in this room.
You've poisoned the food in this room, at least the food that seems most likely to be eaten, in sufficient doses as to make it so that they're most likely to get hurt or killed. The paladin has apparently adjudicated this action as acceptable, and I can see how he might, especially given his gods and whatnot. After all, it's stopping an evil force from having more power. So I can see how you'd rationalize poisoning someone.
Completely
I was going to
justified.
say that it's kind of what I was internalizing. It's like, would I be okay with this? I'm okay with the fact that they've been actively attacking our townsfolk, and we want to try to get rid of them from the area. And what better way than to force them to go elsewhere for food?
That works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your next step?
Well, how well can the kobolds and everything see into this cavern area where we're at if we were to try to cross to this drop off down here?
Give me a... Let me think what kind of a skill is most appropriate. I'd probably say a nature check.
Nature. All right. I may not be the most adept in it.
You know that kobolds can see in the dark, much like dwarves can. So if they have a direct line of sight on you and they're paying attention, they probably would see you.
All right.
At least out to whatever range they can see.
Which, from memory, I don't think they had any that had line of sight. They were pretty much all up against the wall. We should be good if we walk out and hike a left.
Yeah, just hug the wall to the edge where the drop-off is. When
No,
you
not
were
the
looking
drop-off.
into that other room, did you see anything that looked like another chamber?
I'm pretty much right here at the beginning.
All right.
Um,
Well, I'm
if
willing
you-
to
if you
explore this
want,
drop-off
I can
now.
if you want, I can try to sneak a peek over around this first column.
Well, from what I can see right now, my vision's much better in the dark. It looks like it dead ends. It looks like, honestly, it's just a pit with the drakes, and the kobolds are just around the edge of it. Although that one corner does hug a little bit. I want to try
Yeah.
to move to the other side of where I want to try to move over here so that I can get a better line of sight down there, if that's even possible.
It would be in the line of sight of some of the kobolds.
Yeah, that's true.
If you do that, well, shoot, I'm the sneakiest. I will sneak up to the corner to see what I can see down there while trying my best to stay out of their sight.
I moved
Okay,
for
then.
some reason.
I moved you because I thought you were moving.
Oh yeah, I'm intending to move. I just want to. I'm figuring that this is far enough out that I'm close enough to the wall that the distance and the darkness might confuse the kobolds a little bit, and especially since they're distracted with drakes right now.
Oh man, I just realized all three of you have dark vision.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do.
One because you're an elf, one because you're a shadow sorcerer, and one because you're a dwarf.
Hey, now we're getting
Huzzah.
somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not be stabbed by the trap again, and make my way back.
Thodrian's holding them out of the way with his shield, making it look
Okay.
like it's something
Yeah.
that's trivially easy to do if you just slow down and pay attention.
Why can't I move?
Shots fired.
Bazinga.
You should be able
I
to move.
was gonna say,
I'm stuck in this room. There we go.
I was gonna say I couldn't even get into the room.
Oh, it's because of the weird lighting rule mechanics. Because
Okay.
there are lighting borders, and maybe I should just turn that. It's like you have to.
You have to move your character into the void for it to do anything.
Well, you have to move your character basically right onto the line of where. As Thodrian jumps off the map.
No, no.
Oh shit!
No, Thodrian, why you do this to yourself? All
I
right.
was becoming one with the stone.
So move yourselves as appropriate.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to try to do what Walker was suggesting. I'm going to try to move over to about right here to try to obviously
Alright.
sneak, trying to stay hidden to see what I can see down there. So, dear Ilmatal, please don't let me be caught.
Haven't you learned anything about praying yet?
Hey,
It has a
it
50-50
worked
toss
one
up.
time. It worked one time.
I think it worked
The
at least
one
twice
time.
for you.
All
Because you
right,
were able
so
to accomplish the feat of strength, and then
move on up.
Okay, so 23. That should help.
You see what amounts to a 2-stage drop-off. At each of these ledges that you can, the one you're standing at, and then this one farther on, the floor drops about 10 feet. Almost like human game designers had come up with this rather than any force of nature.
I know, right?
Okay, so they're very obviously man-made.
No, I was being sarcastic about them
Oh,
lazily choosing 10 feet for each drop-off instead of being at all creative.
Oh, there's.
It
I see
looks
something
like...
in the.
Hmm?
I see something in the cavern, but please continue.
Do you?
I
I
moved.
don't.
Where are
But
you
then
at?
again, you have a slightly different view than I do.
Okay, I've got a view back into that cavern where the kobolds and the drakes are,
Oh,
and I
Yeah.
see what appears to maybe be a staircase.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
seeing that.
I was talking about that with Rise, with Martin Luther when he originally was there. That's the staircase down into the area the drakes are in.
Uh,
And what you can see on these drop-offs and scattered throughout is debris, refuse, broken pottery, rotted out baskets, mouse-chewed rope. Looks like maybe some discarded clothes, books, boots, cracked lanterns that could be repaired with a little bit of effort, but they seem to have been too lazy to do.
It's their trash heap. Wonderful.
Okay, so it's gonna create noise if we go down there.
Yeah.
And
That's
it
what it
does
looks
kind of
like.
smell like you would expect a dump to smell. When you're farther
Okay.
away from the edge, there's not enough air movement to really pull anything up out of there.
Okay.
And you think
Alright.
that maybe you see some narrow crevices in the wall that might lead somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna back to right over here, just so I'm not in the line of sight anymore. I
Mhm.
want to try to stay safe. And I'm going to ask both Dojin and Walker what we think we should do.
Well, alright.
Because
The only
the winged kobold is right here in front of the stairs. Going away from the drakes.
alright.
Is anything y'all think you could do to maybe move them?
Where you want him to move to?
Preferably somewhere where we can. Shit.
I mean, the tents looked
I
like they had a
would-
latrine upstairs.
I would
Yeah.
say you drop some rocks on them, but that would potentially block off the stairs.
Well, if I had to make a guess, the fact that they have the drakes in a pit means that the drakes aren't really tamed. So if we could knock them into the pit, the drakes might take care of them for us.
Is the
But it doesn't
gate
really
locked?
look like there's any other way for them to go except either up the stairs or out the way that we are.
Do the Drake? Because I really don't want to fight Drake. Does the Drake pen the cage? Is it physically have a lock on it, from what we can tell, or is it just like a latch?
From Martin Luther's memory, he's pretty sure that he saw a key hanging on a peg at the top of the stairs, so that suggests it should be locked.
Okay.
That's not a goddamn skill.
Uh-oh.
Repeats.
So,
Well,
what is your plan?
I'm open. I honestly,
What would? Shit. I'm trying to think. Okay. So we know the kobolds follow Tiamat, was it?
Tiamat? Yes, you're pretty sure that their cult has something to do with Tiamat, the Queen
Okay.
of Dragons.
Okay. I'm trying to think
As
if
long-
there's a way to maybe lure them away from the stales. Maybe like
At this point, I don't see anything going any other way other than kaboom.
Yeah.
Um,
So you know what?
the way that I the way that
Vocal.
I see it, the drakes, by reason, they may just be in the pit just to keep them contained when they're not in use. There's no reason to think that they wouldn't support the kobolds in a fight against us or turn against them, because we
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
no,
what they're being
they're
fed.
definitely they're the wild card here.
Yeah, they're just
Thirdly,
the dog.
Yes.
do you have anything to maybe distract these three kobolds right here?
Hmm.
Maybe to pin them under rocks or impede their movement, something like that.
Afraid there's not a lot I can do. I can
You brought the
give
wrong
you all
magic
support, but outside of straight combat, I don't really see any other option.
Yeah, as long
Okay.
as
You
we
either
can
wait it
keep
out
them away.
or
Okay.
We can give
Walk.
it a few minutes to see what happens, but if we do get into a fight with them, we need to keep them away from that gate and away from the key to
Walk.
said gate.
Oh shit, that is why is he rolling D6s? That's concerning. I think I'm gonna give you an outlet. You like to use fireballs. Oh shit, they are moving.
They are moving.
Why don't you throw a fireball above this one to hit the rocks? To maybe trap it.
Or you could
All
throw a
right.
firebolt at him to kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
I could outright
just
kill him.
yeah, there was that too.
I
Yeah,
do
I'm gonna
want to
go.
stay on this side of the traps as much as possible. I mean, if we know they're there, we know they're there, and we can skip around them if
But
we need to. But if we can shove them into said trap, that would help.
at the same time, we really can't risk it because if they get to that gate,
Yeah,
we
we'll
have
have
drakes
drakes on our.
on our hands. That's a problem.
Yes, it is. All right,
So
so since we know the traps are there, do I need to roll any kind of check to get past them or between them?
No, you just have to move in such a manner that you don't go directly over them.
Okay.
so pretty much straight through the middle.
Yeah. You are aware they're there, so you can know to step through that gap.
All right.
Okay. Before he does
Oh.
anything, I am just going to I'm just gonna start to pray that everything turns out in our benefit.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
move. I'm gonna move to here
before you
because
do
that's
that,
gonna be an entire movement action.
Well, remember, you're not on initiative just yet.
Oh yeah, that's true. So I can just run the just past the traps and just start laying hell down.
In theory.
So I'm gonna go ahead and use bless on everyone. So everyone gets a D6.
So we get
If I can get this to actually, I'll cast it. That's a curious question. Okay, yeah, it's first level.
Just as long as this cave doesn't have sturges in it too.
Why would there ever be sturges?
Why? Why would there be? All right, so
I don't understand this concern about sturges.
I'm going to move up to this corner here, and it finishes buffering for me. I say we just stack, and then we just go in there and start kicking the shit out of things.
Yeah. Both the first two we have to be concerned about. for the winged
Soldrin.
one and the one closest to the gate.
Who's got the highest
The
armor
wing-
class?
You
Uh,
would guess
the
that that
wing-
would be the guy wearing heavy ass armor, carrying a shield, and going, "I'm a paladin, bitch."
All right,
Yeah, that's
Soldrin,
kind of a
when we get in, I'm gonna need you to guard that gate because they cannot get through there. That's their
I
hold.
can do that.
All right.
Yeah. Our biggest two
And-
concerns. Yeah, our biggest two concerns. Easily this one. And why did I not set up? And the winged one. The winged one is more than likely this five's leader.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill the winged one. That way he
We
doesn't
need
fly
to-
over our heads or anything
Yeah,
stupid
we
like
need
that.
to wipe him. We need to destroy him first.
I will wipe him out as quickly as possible.
And be
The other one
this
that's
is from
closest,
you.
that's
this is
gonna be
from-
somebody else.
Yeah, this is from me. You can be as destructive as you like with this fireball. You set fire to anything you can. There are no churches here.
Are you
Scorched
sure?
Earth. Scorched
If it
Earth,
is
got it.
flammable, if it is
Martin,
flammable, you set
your
you
body
can-
is a temple. If you give him range to burn everything, he might just burn you.
Well, here's the
burn
thing.
everything in front of us.
If you teach a man to make a fire, he's warm for a day. But if you set a man on fire, he's warm for the rest of his life.
True that.
All right. Are we ready to get this party started?
So does anyone in chat think they realize that I've been tracking time passing as they discuss all of this, and therefore things are updating?
Yeah, things are updating.
I've been seeing movement, and I've caught the sliver of somebody going up the stairs. I don't know how well this is going to go for us, but
Well, there's only a couple of ways into and out of this place, so if they're going up the stairs, then they're going up the stairs, and they're not immediately a concern at the moment.
All right.
If
so
we
I
die,
believe
we
at
die.
this point we know what the approach is. It's called initiative.
Yep.
Remember, click on your character and then click on the initiative button on your character sheet.
Dear God, let's hope this finally works. Did it work? Did it? No.
No, you rolled. You rolled.
He
Yeah, I
rolled,
did.
but it didn't pop into the initiative order.
No, of course it did.
Adding you in.
Annoying.
All right.
So I see Thodrian, I see Walker, and I see Martin
Did I pop you
Luther.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
just to
populated.
make it easier to track, since Walker got a nat, I'm gonna let him go first, and then you'll go right after
Alright.
him at a 21, Martin Luther.
Oh, okay. And does my 25 on a religion check, will that help him?
You believe that you have prayed. You are very confident that your prayer was religiously correct and proper.
Okay, good. I am really
Okay.
hoping it helps out.
I need to
Hey.
come up with like a faith mechanic, because technically religion is your knowledge of religions, not the effectiveness of your faith. So I need to come up
Yeah.
with a faith mechanic, just because this is becoming too hilarious not to utilize more. Walker, you're up.
All
They
right.
seem
So
unaware.
I'm gonna see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move there, bypassing the trap. And as soon as everything buffers and I see exactly what's going on, somebody going to die. Hopefully,
Did you move your character?
I did. It's going through its deep thinking phase at the moment.
There we go. It's the problem with.
All right.
I love the dynamic lighting, but it kind of requires everyone get seriously upgraded computers, apparently.
Yeah, and my hardware situation ain't the best. All right, so this one is the flying one, right?
Yes.
All right, flying one. I'm going to burn him alive, and I'm gonna save my big, heavy hitting spells for when I absolutely need them, and I'm just gonna use a fireball.
All right, and remember that you can roll a d4 and add that to your attack roll.
Can.
Yeah, what you might want to do.
Well,
I bless
all right,
y'all.
give me a sec.
Made sure that some prayers actually had some weight, some gravitas to it.
Oh,
It does.
is that what I think it is? I got a natural 4. Sweet.
you got a 4. So you walk into the room, and I suppose without any kind of tagline or snarky one-liner, just spout out a couple of magical syllables, throw your hand out at the winged kobold, brilliantly light up the room for a moment, and completely murder a kobold who didn't even have a weapon drawn.
It's not murder. I swear it's not.
It's technically not.
And
is
the
not-
winged kobold bursts into flame and collapses to the ground without even getting a chance to
Yay.
scream because you seared right through its windpipe.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
You kind of
It-
did a lot of damage to the little guy.
Hold up one
All
second
right.
while I go for a trial.
Oh God, he's walking away again.
Right as it comes to his turn, no less.
Yeah, no. I'm literally throwing them in right now. My sincerest apologies, Watchers.
Look, Ziggy, there's ready to eat after they've been killed with fire, and there's left in the oven for a few extra hours. This is definitely veering towards that left in the oven a few extra hours.
Okay.
We
My
are
call
beyond
sign is-
barbecue is a low and slow process.
This
This
is
was
just
more
slow.
like he shoved the kobold in the microwave on high for 10 minutes.
Oh no. Okay. I am back.
All right. Get in
Yeah.
here. Back me up.
Yeah, because you now have your squishiest person in the direct
I'm
line
a
of
glass
sight
cannon.
of
Get
4
your ass in
kobolds
here.
who just lost their friend.
And possible leader, yeah. I'm just going to, with my sword still drawn, sprint up to this one here.
All right, sprint away.
I can work with that.
And, I am just
That leaves you... okay, that only was a move action.
All right.
I still
Get
have
it.
5 feet, right?
I thought you only had 30 feet of movement.
I have 35.
Ah, then yes, you still have 5. Why do you have 35?
And I'm just going to slash away at him.
How long does this blessing last, by the way?
1 minute, as long as he maintains his concentration.
Correct.
Ah,
If you scroll up in the chat, you can actually see a full explanation.
that's right. Okay.
Okay, and then
So you make your slash. You can, in fact, roll an extra 1d4 on that attack if you wish from the blessing. Apparently, Thodrian just lays out the good blessings.
Hell yeah. 2 nat 4s.
Morden forges us all into better versions of ourselves.
I'm stealing this. He may have gave us the benefits, but it's my brother that gave us the nat 4s.
Shit.
Oh, trying to steal the glory for Ilmater. Oh.
Oh.
My boy.
All right, roll your damage.
I'm just stealing the nat 4s. I'm giving the fact that he's giving us the rolls all to him.
Morden
See, that's what you
forges
get
the
for-
strength upon which you are able to accomplish your feats, and don't you forget it.
To
Oh,
be
great.
fair,
We're going to have a
to be
religious
fair-
war inside of the party, and it's going to be awesome.
I'm
be
the
fair,
only
Do
one
that
can
while
heal.
my squishy bits are. All
Don't
right.
you have sneak attack damage? Because they are
I
only
do.
just becoming aware of your presence, so you should be able to
Yes.
use that.
I do. I can roll a 1d6.
Rise, your third level, you can roll 2d6. But it doesn't matter because even at that, you kill him.
Yay! Dead kobold.
We are not used to being third level,
Yeah, we're still getting used to it.
so it's no
Hell, I can't
surprise
remember
that
how
you
many
forgot that it's
sorcery
now
points I have.
2d6 for
I
sneak
did.
attack.
I did, in fact, forget that.
Okay, the kobolds are still kind of coming to the realization that they're under attack. Thodrian!
Hmm.
Is this one probably gonna run away?
Kill him.
Destroy him.
So I'm going to move up to the top of the gate there and get into a ready stance. Any kobold that makes its way over here, I'll give a good smacking with a hammer.
Excellent.
I like it.
I'm gonna smite.
Okay. Drakes are milling around, eating food.
They really don't give a shit about us right now, do they?
Are you causing them problems?
No, I'm not. I'm
Walker.
not causing them any problems at all.
Miraculously, despite having sprinted into a room and lashed out with fire, you're
It's a
still
small
alive.
fire.
Ah. All right. Well, I got one going up the stairs, so since he's well within range, I'm gonna
Light him
throw a
up.
fireball. I'm gonna light his ass up too. I don't know what it is, but the firebolts just seem to have the right touch about them.
I'll say. How much damage?
Ah! Damn, only 5.
Congratulations.
Oh.
That is sufficient.
Really? Where?
As your firebolt lashes out, lances into him, and now you have one that is like a proper charboil instead of, overcooked to death. So now you have a kobold that you can eat, like your mama used to make.
Barbecue. I overdid it the last time. I fixed that this time. All right.
Martin.
And
Oh yeah,
that's
sorry.
it, yeah.
You still have movement if you want to move.
I think I will move up just slightly right next to I'm gonna move up to right about there, so I have a nice clear shot down the stairs and down the walkway that the other kobolds are using.
I would prefer if you came from me because I'm about to run point blank into them. But that's just me.
I don't want to turn my back to those stairs. I don't know what's coming down them. But anyway.
Well, technically those stairs are going down. You're at the top of them.
Yeah. I didn't blast the kobold down the stairs, did I?
No.
That would be
He
horrible.
just collapsed at the top. There's a brief amount of light. And people in the chat don't don't laugh too hard about what's been what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch this to see what you're doing.
So, Martin Luther, we come back to you as kobolds die rapidly. There's 2 left in the room, and so far they haven't raised a hue or a cry.
I'm going to charge up to this one, and
Knock him in the pit.
slash at him with my sword again.
All right. That is definitely
solid.
a hit. That's a hit even before we get into any divine war between Moradin and Ilmater.
Yeah, I'm not even
And
gonna
the
bother
power of
rolling it.
bless.
It hit. It hit. I'm not even gonna bother rolling it. They're fully aware they're under attack now.
They are now aware. This is no longer you no longer have sneak attack just for them not having been aware. They're going,
Okay.
oh shit, they're reacting. They're not necessarily all there just yet, but they can defend
They're
themselves.
starting to get their shit together.
What?
As you definitely hurt the guy, but instead of entirely gutting him and leaving his entrails cooling on the floor, he's able to kind of catch him as they start coming out and start shoving them back in as his
Nice
grip
catch.
tightens on his dagger, growling at you.
Okay. Any chance I could use a? Do I have that ability?
Do you have anything that lets you act on a bonus action?
Yeah, disengage. I'm trying to see if I have it. I'm not seeing it. I should.
Disengage, I thought, is just an action. And as an assassin, you do not...
Yeah, I can dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action.
Oh, cunning action?
Yeah. So I am gonna do that. I'm gonna disengage.
Allowing you to move up to your speed the hell away from there.
Hold on, that was right.
You were, yeah, right around in.
Yep, I just slashed and nuked the hell out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Because the only thing that disengage gives you is that your movement will not cause opportunity attacks.
Oh.
Oh.
But you used up all of your movement just to get into range of him. So unfortunately, you are still there. You could take the opportunity attack and use dash as a bonus action to get back out of melee range.
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, it's this whole we're learning thing.
Okay, so
It's been a bit.
I basically get the other attack. Correct?
You basically he gets a chance to try and slash at you as you're retreating, and we'll see whether or not he's any good at it.
Time to roll the dice.
He is pretty good at it.
Oh no.
As you start falling back.
Yeah. So it's just back up 5 feet, basically?
No, you can now move your total movement range. It's just that in lieu of having done it while avoiding attacks, you get to do it at all.
Okay.
As I get the correct amount of damage applied to you.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
I'll take that hit.
Yeah, that's... Definitely you came out ahead in that exchange.
Yeah, you did.
Because if you stayed in range, imagine if he had then hit you.
Yeah, no, it would have been very bad.
Because then he could have brought a
right.
friend.
It's not a party unless there's...
As I update things that are happening. Oh no.
Uh-oh. What oh no?
Well, while moving around doesn't create that much noise compared to the ambiance of the caves, hacking, slashing, sprinting, those kinds of things do start to make a certain amount of noise.
Oh no.
And you can hear from around somewhere down there. Well, give me perception checks, honestly.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go with that. Perception.
It's a reflexive thing to see if you do better than your passive would do.
All of us or
Perception?
just
Everybody.
Wow, my perception.
Picking her nose there.
So, Thodrian, you can very faintly hear as Martin Luther is stumbling to a stop, kind of panting a little bit next to you. You can just kind of hear what seems like the a kind of a noise of Hawa. You know how some people will grunt in a what kind of a way?
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure, right at the edge of your hearing, that somebody just kind of made a noise like that somewhere down this tunnel.
That's a big noise for someone to make.
Or he just
To
had
carry
really
that
good
far.
hearing for the situation.
Guys, I think we're going to be having company.
All right.
you guard that gate.
Grab the key. Hold the key. That would be my initial.
Sorry, I have a lot of stuff to update now because of rolls that were made. Okay. Walker,
All
you
right.
get an opportunity attack
On what?
on the kobold that's still holding its guts in, sprints
Oh.
past you.
Wow.
He is homing in on Martin Luther. He is not happy about this.
Not happy about that at all. Now,
I
with
mean,
an opportunity,
I did kind of slash his guts out.
what kind of attacks can I use as an opportunity? It's just melee, right?
It's any of your melee attacks that are not spells unless you have special abilities that let you use spells in melee.
All right.
I'm assuming
well,
that
as he's
because you
running,
can have a weapon drawn, that you had some kind of a self-defense weapon drawn.
yeah, I've got a dagger. I'll try to slash him as he's running past me. He can't have that much life left in him.
And you do still have the blessing,
Yes.
so you get that extra
blessing.
D4.
All right. Let me get that D4 up real quick. Shit. I tried to get rid of the screen and I accidentally tapped my damage. So, 13. All
So,
total.
as he is running past, you just reach out with your dagger, and after a moment's thought, and you start to swing out, and it seems like your dagger is going wide when all of a sudden something ephemeral that you can't quite place jerks your hand a little to the left and finishes gouging open the kobold's guts,
Yes.
causing him to collapse to the floor, still growling at Martin Luther. As
Is
he
it
dies.
still alive?
As
oh,
he
okay.
dies.
He said no. Okay.
They're the voice of Domato.
We all know
Take
who's
care of
pulling
your
the
prop.
punches here.
I took care of your problem, Martin.
This
I
kobold
didn't-
inches forward a bit more, and then very pointedly lifts his head and lets out 3 high-pitched yips
Uh-oh.
Oh,
that
fuck.
ring through the cavern network. And that's when he uses his sling.
Oh, of course he does.
And horribly misses Walker with a round from the slingshot.
I'm
Hey,
glad he did.
So, Adrian,
Yo.
could I ask you to go those stairs because some shit may be coming up that we don't necessarily like.
I'm the one that told you that.
Grab the key first. Grab the key to the
stairs.
Drake cage.
I mean these stairs, not the ones at the Drake. On the other side.
I know what stairs you're talking about there. I need
Speaking
to
of
get
which,
the key.
Thodrian, it is your turn.
So where's the key again?
It's on a peg that's within easy reach of you.
Oh, okay. Then I will go ahead and grab the key. And 25, 25, 30. So I go to just the top of the stairs and ready another action. So as I can now see down the stairs, guys, we're gonna need to go.
Uh-oh. What do you... Should I even ask what you see?
Counting 6 more kobolds.
I mean, you guys did go through quite a few of them pretty efficiently. I don't see what the problem
Yeah.
is.
I don't see a problem either. The stairs are narrow. They can't come through more than really one at a time. So
All right.
I'll just lay some hate down.
Yeah.
Choke point it is.
It's a stair they can't really move. They'd kind of be stuck.
Walker, as the drakes continue to, well, eat.
Cool. I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm gonna move up a little bit so that I can have a more clear view down the stairs as well as get a clear shot at that one that's being highlighted by you so kindly.
Almost like I am a good and friendly GM who doesn't want you all to die immediately.
It's just this
The bodies are stacking up. It's hard to tell what's alive and what's dead at the moment.
Does it have a skull and crossbones?
All right, so I'm going to move up just the one square, and as soon as I finish buffering, I'm going to go ahead and see what I see and go from there. Because depending on if there's something immediately coming up the stairs... Oh my.
Oh no, I don't like that sound.
I see what he's talking about. I see what he's talking about, but I don't really see a problem. So I'm going to see. They're going to move first, so I moved 5 feet up.
I'm moving that corpse for convenience.
All right. Here.
Because I get the distinct feeling that area is going to become relevant.
That area is about to get rocked.
Yeah, if
All
you
right,
need to, you can take care of that kobold right here, so you can focus on the stairs.
Yeah, if you would, that'd be great. I am going to move my squishy bits up to, if I were to move, say, to here, would that impede anyone progressing around me? Any of my allies? Would they be able to get around me, maybe?
Your allies can always move through you.
All right, cool. So
You
I'm
can
gonna
also
move
move
there.
after you attack.
That's true. But I'm going to move here, and as soon as it finishes populating, I'm going to use twin spell. I'm going to use some of my sorcery points to use a twin spell and use dual fire bolts.
If only they were 5th level instead of 3rd, Crimson.
I know, right? Actually, let me take a look at my spell list, because I think I might have something that is more applicable.
I like how everyone keeps offering solutions you guys don't have access to.
I know, right?
You mean that isn't how D&D works? We don't always wish we had spells we don't have access to?
Spells you don't have access to, races that you are not.
I thought that's how D&D worked. We always make
Can I twin Scorching Ray for 6 bolts instead of the 3?
You have to ask a question that makes me go, can you do that?
I know, right?
Okay, twin spell. The spell has to target one creature and only one creature with a range other than stealth. So since Scorching Ray produces 3 separate rays that can be independently targeted, it would not apply.
Okay. So twin spell is just doubling down on one. So I'm
It does allow you to target a second creature. So, for example, if you twinned, I would almost certainly never waste twin spelling on this. But if you twin spelled a fire bolt, you could fire bolt 2 separate kobolds.
All right.
Or one kobold twice.
Or 1 kobold twice.
I'm gonna let's see. Right.
Chat seems to be suggesting you
On a
go
hit,
back
2d6.
for Jim Jones's snoring body and use it as an obstacle. Just kind of chuck it down the stairs at them.
That thought had crossed my mind. We need to have a good dwarf tossing.
That sounds like all kinds of special.
All right. Well, I'm going to. Let me take a look down here again real quick. I'm going to use my Scorching Ray on this one and this one and somebody down here. Probably this guy. 3 bolts for those 3. See what happens.
Roll away.
And if I'm remembering right, I'm gonna have to roll multiple times to get all this going.
Yep, basically
Scorching
click on your
Ray.
Scorching Ray 3 separate times.
Scorching Ray.
And then, wow, it showed up as 4. I guess one of them was a double click.
Yeah, that's the way it usually works out with me.
Alright, so we're ignoring the 8 because I heard you say Scorching Ray and the 8 and the 22 popped up, then Scorching Ray and the 10 popped up, and Scorching Ray and the 19 popped up. So we're going to ignore the 8 as a bump. Your middle one, roll your Bless for to see whether or not Bless fixes it.
Alright, let's see. Come here, dice.
Because yes, Bless applies even to this. Alright, all 3 of them are going to be hits.
Damn it, I went to close the window and I wound up doing it again.
Stop doing things.
Alright, so how you want me to do this?
Just click the damage for. Just click out the damage 3 times. and let me know who each one is hitting.
We're going to go in order from closest to the entrance to deeper back in. So here we go. First guy, second, and third.
As 3 kobolds burst into flames and die.
They're just not having a good day.
They're really not doing well with the whole fire thing. That seems to be a problem for them.
I know, right?
Which is strange for a dragon.
I mean, they're not that kind of dragon.
I know, but still. When you think dragon, you think breathing fire.
And that will do it for my turn.
As I'm sitting here going, goodness, something changed since the last time I streamed because everybody can see my taskbar now.
Yeah.
So people can see that I use Vivaldi and Notepad++.
Yeah.
I don't know what those mean.
Are you planning to fall back like, or are you happy being the front line?
If you could pull me back 5 feet right at the moment, I'm kind of buffering at the moment.
All right. And apparently, there we go. Martin Luther.
Yep. I'm gonna sprint up to this kobold, and I'm gonna slash him, and I'm really gonna hope
Don't
I
fuck
kill
this
him.
up. Don't fuck this up. That's a hit.
Please don't.
Oh God, please, please. Hey, finally a good roll.
And that's a kill. As you lay his belly open and contemptuously, without even thinking about it, roll his corpse down into the gutter.
I was actually
All right.
gonna ask if we could do that.
I'm glad I thought how you were thinking.
How are we looking over there, folks, man?
Still a lot of bodies down there to not stop moving.
All right.
Oh, of course. There is supposed to be light down there for no apparent reason. But it doesn't matter because you all have dark vision.
Jackabows.
Okay. You're going to get to use your readied action, Thodrian,
Yay!
as a winged kobold comes flying up the stairs trying to get past you.
Would he not into 5 feet of all of us?
Well, Thodrian had a readied action.
Yeah.
So 14.
Is gonna hit.
So 4 damage.
Because you have your
It'll-
shield.
Wait. Yeah, but how the hell is that only 4? Because it's +5 to hit.
It's +5 to hit, not +5 to damage.
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Because it's 1d10 plus your strength, and it rolled a 1 on the
Yeah.
die.
Okay. Brain was derping.
Yep, I understand.
And
So,
Surely that confused the ever-living fuck out of him. Just be smashed.
and Walker and Martin Luther get an opportunity attack because he genuinely was flying up without thinking about what he was doing. Especially after he got dazed
right.
by a warhammer.
Alright, I'm assuming an 18 hits.
That's a hit.
And a 5.
So he is hauling ass up the stairs on his wings. He's flying up to try and assess the situation, when all of a sudden Some motherfucker slams him with a warhammer, sending him into a spin, and right as he's trying to get his bearings, this other asshole shoves a goddamn sword in his throat. And he ungracefully flops down out of the air and into the pit.
Hey, the Drakes will be happy.
As another one comes flying up.
How many of these motherfuckers have wings? Shit.
Another one's flying up the stairs. All of the ones with the gold background, by the way, have wings.
Damn.
As all of the guys you didn't see start swarming up around you.
Do we not get opportunity attacks on all of these people?
They didn't
We
leave
already had our
anybody's.
reactions.
They
Yeah,
didn't leave
we had our
anybody's
reactions.
area. The only person who has a reaction left, the only people who have reactions
Is
left
me.
are Thodrian and Walker, because Thodrian used a readied action.
What about
true.
this one? Did it not come within 5 feet of me at all?
It came within 5 feet of you, and then it left. But here's the thing: you
You already
already
used
used
it.
your opportunity attack.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Nope.
going to use
Yeah,
my
every
opportunity.
single DM I've had, you basically have an unlimited amount of.
No, you get one opportunity action around. At least
Okay.
that's how it was in previous editions. I would be happy if somebody like Ziggy in our chat were to look that sort of shit up and let me know if I'm completely wrong. That'd be awesome. Unfortunately, nobody has triggered an opportunity attack from you yet, Walker, because none of them have
Well-
left your area of control except for the guy who died.
Oh, that's probably not a good thing for them to do. They don't want to be close to me.
This last one does have to leave Thodrian's range in order to get to Martin Luther. So Thodrian, who used a readied action previously, now has an opportunity to make an opportunity attack.
Take the opportunity.
I think that'll hit even without the
That is
blessing.
that is a hit. That is a smackdown.
And that is 8 bludgeoning damage.
So you kind of, as he's trying to fly right past you, you just sort of whip the hammer up, slap through his wings, and carry through all the way to the base of his skull,
Damn.
where you get a nice satisfying crack. And he tumbles
even
down into the
know.
hole.
He didn't even know what hit him.
No, he was completely blindsided out of the air.
He was dead before he knew what hit him. Shit!
So that was the winged kobolds.
All right.
Now we have the regular kobolds.
Are there any of them left alive?
I'm assuming yes.
As they cramp up the stairs.
Good.
Because there's now way too much stuff in the way.
Good. I have them right where I want them.
Yeah, do you mind, I don't know, immolating all of them?
I will scorched earth this whole fucking place.
Do that. Just down the stairs, though. Not literally the whole place. I enjoy not being on top. I am not, I repeat, not a Buddhist monk.
So,
I,
Thodrian.
if you could, Thodrian, if you can actually take care of this guy, I can effectively lay waste to everything else.
Certainly.
And as Ziggy confirmed for us, the opportunity attack is a type of reaction, and you can only take one reaction between the end of your last turn and the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Oh, so that's going to be a 19 again.
That's going to be a hit
Oh
again.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And 7 damage.
Who are you hitting?
The,
This guy.
Farthest
the
one
one
out.
just to the north of me.
Yeah, that guy.
As you put him down, you guys are just like exterminating them. It's almost like maybe you didn't have to worry about these fuckers.
Okay, so you know the name? You all know the show Goblin Slayer? We'll call it.
I remember the first 2 episodes of Goblin Slayer, sir.
I know, it was fucked up.
You don't take them lightly.
Are you happy remaining where you are?
I can,
Yes.
yeah. You're gonna catch a lot of shit if you try to move away from them, so I'll just use my sorcery points to guard you for my next attack.
Okay. Well, yeah, I still only have 1 attack currently. I don't think I've gotten to the point where I can do 2 fighting, or I get 2 actions yet for fighting, or 2 attacks per. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that level yet.
As the Drakes, having finished their meal, start snuffling around at the dead kobolds that you've provided to them.
Good, they're distracted. That's also part of my master plan.
Getting to serve them different flavors of barbecued kobold there.
Yep.
Walker, you have a winged kobold next to you and a whole army of other kobolds.
Yeah, that winged kobold is actually where I want to be, so how you want to work this?
You can't share space with an enemy.
Okay.
Are you talking about the dead one or the live one?
Yeah, the dead. No, the dead one.
The dead one you
is
can
where
just
I want
step
to be.
on. I was referring
Okay.
to this living one.
Yeah, the living
I'm going to.
like stepping on it.
Now, since I'm still within range, maneuvering around him does not provoke a
Correct.
reaction, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You only provoke an
So I'm gonna
opportunity attack in the event that you
that I
move
leave his
out
immediate
of
sphere
their
of
threatening
influence.
area.
All right. So I'm moving there, and I'm gonna do my cone of flame. Let's see here. Yeah. I should be able to hit, what, 4 of them? Yeah.
Burning hands,
I'm
you
just-
mean?
Yeah, burning hands. I'm just going to lay the hate down on that entire frickin' area.
And I assume that you are using some form of meta magic to prevent harm to Thodrian?
Yeah, I'm going to use my meta magic to, what's it called again? It's been a minute. Meta magic to careful spell. I'm going to use points for careful, and I'm going to use burning hands so I don't, burn Thodrian to death.
So Thodrian automatically succeeds on his saving throw. He doesn't completely ignore it, but he does take half damage.
Sorry, I thought that would shield you completely.
Better to
I'm
kill
okay
them
with
and
that.
let him soak some damage. As I see if they save against the spell. Saves.
Yeah, there's
Fails. Fails. Saves. So, 50% rate of return.
that's good enough. I can work with that.
Wait, does he not have the plus 1d4?
No, that's on attack rolls and saving throws.
Is this not an attack?
No, this is just
No,
a
it's
save
a-
for them.
They
Skill
make
check.
a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
If they succeed, they take half the damage.
right.
Oh.
So Thodrian takes 2 points of damage as I try to update his character, and it tries not to let me. So Thodrian kind of shrugs as his beard is mildly singed. But you did just singe a dwarf's beard. On the other hand, you killed one kobold, really hurt one of the winged kobolds, and left another two going, "Oh God, this is not a good place to be. Why are we here? What are we doing?"
Martin Luther, the winged one. Kill the winged one.
You got it.
All right, are you happy where you're standing, Walker?
I don't see that I could be much happier anywhere else. It doesn't really matter where I go at this point. I'm gonna be in a mound of shit. So
That is a fair statement.
I can't. I can't cast a spell as a bonus action, can I?
Only if the spell allows itself to be cast as a bonus action.
Would False Life allow me to cast it as a bonus, or is that full
Pretty
on?
sure it does not.
All right, I'll roll with that. I'll save that for an emergency.
Yep, False Life is 1 action casting time.
All right, that
So,
does it for me. There's not much anywhere else I can really do without getting an attack opportunity from the winged demon.
Martinos Lutherus.
Alright, I'm just gonna move one step over. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful around that edge.
Yeah. I don't plan on moving any farther from here.
I think he was shitting the fact that all of a sudden he could see all of the other kobolds.
I do see 3 living kobolds on the steps. Yes. Sorry, 4 living kobolds on the steps.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just oh shit and sling my sword.
That is a hit.
Ooh.
All right.
Congratulations, you did what you were ordered to do.
Yes.
As
Bodies
the
are
kobold
piling up.
dies.
Question.
Answer.
Before I much if I stand here, let's say not one of the winged ones, but just say this kobold were to one pass, could I grab it and throw it into the pit?
That would require a grapple check, which is itself an action. But you
Okay, so-
could try and do that at a later point. You can even try and do that with one of the winged ones. It's not like having wings allows you to entirely avoid the effects of being bodily thrown.
Okay.
I mean,
So there's
grab a pigeon someday and just from
Oh,
3
God.
feet up, slap that bitch into the ground and see if it has enough time to get its wings out and into flight.
You assume I have enough dexterity to grab a pigeon. I do not. I have the strength to do that, but I do not have the dexterity to do that.
Oh,
Nor
man.
do I have the strength to throw a pigeon. Like, I don't have the mental strength for that. I would feel very, very bad.
Okay.
All right.
Kobold time.
Keep the bodies piling. Oh, he's trying to go for the key. I see where he's
No.
going.
He is running away.
This guy flies up to the ceiling and over all y'all's heads.
What an asshole.
He's running.
Huh.
Smite him!
Ooh,
Smite
he can get
him.
1 more square. He is the hell out of there. Or trying to, anyways.
I'm assuming there's no chance to, like, throw a fireball or an arrow or
He's
something.
still in line of sight, so when it comes your turn,
I'm in,
could-
like, opportunity of attacks, just something like that.
opportunity attacks are melee only.
Melee. Okay.
Unless you have the special abilities to do more with them.
Okay.
This winged kobold doesn't quite have that level of wisdom, and instead goes to attack the most injured person he can find, one Martin Luther, stab with a dagger. I'm pretty sure a 15 hits your AC?
Oh.
Oh,
It
yes,
matches.
it does.
It matches, so yes.
Yep. It's meter beat.
Yep.
So he skewers you on his dagger.
Guys, help, please. Please, the zones.
You might kill us all, but we'll take you with us.
Don't worry, I can pat you on the butt and get you right as rain.
Yeah. If you start dying, I can save you too.
Sure, we still got some of that special homeopathy revival stuff as well.
I
Shouldn't
do
be too
still
hard to make.
I do still have one of Tim's homeopathic healing potions.
The last of the kobolds ascends the stairs, assesses the situation, sees a perfectly healthy fellow, a dwarf wearing fucking armor of the gods, and somebody who's currently crying to his Ilmami. Yes, the guy crying to Ilmami is the one he's going to stab.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, and that's a hit.
Oh, fuck, I'm dead.
Damn.
As you drop, Ilmater's prayers did not save him from being knocked unconscious yet again. It's not a session unless Walker sets everything on fire and Martin Luther drops unconscious.
That's why I wanted him to take point. It gives me time to burn things to death.
Oh, shit.
And this other kobold has no choice but to attack Thodrian. Can he make it?
Possibly?
No,
No.
a 12 ain't gonna beat your AC.
Nah.
I need to get better armor.
You need to become a paladin of Ilmater.
Yeah, this whole assassin thing isn't working.
Yeah, I may need to start multi-classing.
You need to look into another line of work.
I do.
Thodrian, your plucky rogue who wants to kill everyone is down.
Okay,
Walker
that's normal.
is
Hey, I don't
Walker.
I don't want to kill everyone. I just want to kill everyone evil. That the church
Notice how we're not entirely concerned about this fact because it's happened so much.
It's the
We
norm.
have practice. We have practice. Okay, so the two kobolds to the north of me has skulls on them, correct? I'm trying to understand what I'm. It
We
looks
have,
like
we
one
have
that
layering
I'm-
problems. Hold on.
Yeah.
We
I'm
have too many
standing on a
creatures.
dead one.
There we go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and I'm standing on a dead one.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to make or understand how those icons are working there.
Yep. No, we had living kobolds standing on dead kobolds.
Well, right, no, I recall seeing that, but I was just like, wait, what?
I got you,
What
man.
sorcery is this? Okay. Well, guess I'm going to.
The two to the north of you look healthy. The one in front of you looks hurt.
He's singed.
He has been lightly barbecued.
So I'm gonna attack the one that's next to Walker and myself. Basically, we have him surrounded
Right.
of sorts.
I like it.
And I will go ahead and swing at him. Now, for the advantage in combat, do I need somebody on the opposite side or just next to them?
I believe you just need to have. You've got. I think you have advantage there, but unfortunately, I desperately need to hit the head. Apparently, so we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back, people, with the
All
culmination of this fight.
I've decided that I need to
So, we
get
are
deity.
back. Mr. Thodrian, I believe you were attempting to murder someone.
Yes.
Murder away.
It's not
So-
Just
more.
watch how he
There's a difference.
just watch how he flinches.
Swing with a warhammer. Oh, and that's a crit.
Mm. That's
He
beautiful.
did.
That is a crit. Kind of makes
He
me wish that I had picked up the crit deck.
Yeah.
But so is that max damage, or do I
double.
roll for double damage?
Roll.
All right.
Oh.
It factors it
Oh,
in.
there you go.
Yeah, it
17
factors it in.
damage.
17 damage. If only that weren't 3 times the damage to a single kobold and could actually be
Make
spread
it
out.
make it a wide sweeping arc. Spread it out
I
among the
wish.
3 kobolds around you.
Yeah, can I get cleave? I want cleave. So after that, I'm then gonna move into the kobold spot, saying, "That's my spot."
God damn.
Did we just
You're
witness?
standing in my spot.
Did we just
So I
witness
moved
a
there.
fucking exploded?
It's not
It's
the
more like
first time.
it's more like he crushed the guy down into a singularity. There's a very small
Shoot.
black hole made of exclusively kobold.
I just drove him straight into the ground. As you do.
Nice.
Cranny Island Brown Ale.
Mm.
The Polar Star did not last more than 2 hours.
Dang.
All right.
I mean,
So
consider the
they'll
shit I
drink.
gotta. Consider the crazy fucking players I gotta deal with.
Hey,
I mean, you do
you
have
knew what
a
you were
religious
getting into.
zealot. You do have an anti-theist religious zealot. So yeah, I would say that is crazy.
You
As
knew what
the
you were
guard
getting into
drakes
when you
start
looked at
to
our character.
dine upon their former masters.
Oof.
Walker, you can hear distinct chewing sounds coming from below, the occasional crackle and crunch of a bone snapping. What do you do
Alright.
as you're faced with 2 kobolds that haven't died yet?
That have not died yet. That's a problem.
And also 1 kobold who is running like a little bitch.
Oh, I really want to try to strike him down. But if I do that, that
He
means
is
that
technically in range of a firebolt.
yeah. That means if I do that though, Thodrian has to contend with guys next to him.
Just remember, I
You know,
am at risk of
I'll
falling.
survive. Don't worry.
He
I'm
will
still your
survive.
Good health.
I don't know how, but you'll make it out alive.
All right.
At
Well,
least you will if I'll stop singing.
as much as I want to go after the one that's flying away, he's not my primary concern right now. I'm sure he'll turn up later. So, Thodrian, we're gonna play this game again. Except I'm gonna move to where I'm not gonna directly burn you. Hopefully.
All right. Switch places and all.
I'm gonna go down here.
Well, what spell are you thinking of using?
I'm gonna use Burning Hands again on these 2, and well, shit, that would still hit him, wouldn't it?
Okay, Burning Hands is first level. No, you can
Yeah.
from there. You can aim it so that the origin point is this corner and sweeps out that way.
Yeah.
So it would
That's-
only catch the 2 kobolds.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me get to my spell. And Burning Hands. 10 fire damage.
Assuming, well, okay, one of them the save could matter. But it doesn't, as you proceed to kill them both horribly with fire.
Alright. Now I only moved a little bit. Can I still move a little more?
Yes.
Alright. I want to give myself a clear view down the stairs. That way I can see if anything else is coming.
Okay.
So I'm going to step on Barbecued Kobold here.
Barbacoa.
And go to the Barbacobold. I'm going to move there and see what I can see. And assuming that nothing else is coming screaming out of the fucking darkness to try to kill us.
Or me specifically.
Or you specifically. I think, yeah, I'm looking at 3 dead bodies that I initially charred, and it looks like you're clear to get healed, and it looks like we exterminated everything except for the one that's flying away. And that's
would
going to
be
end
an
my
accurate
turn.
assessment of what you can see. Okay, so Martin Luther, give me a death saving throw.
That's just a 1d20, correct?
If you look on your character sheet, there is a spot that says death saves. Click on the phrase death saves. Because on the off chance you have something that we forgot about that modifies your death saves, it'll take it into account.
Dear God, please.
Ooh, that's a failure.
At least it's not a tap one.
You do have a 1d4.
Does that apply?
It is a saving throw.
It would still put me at 8 maximum. I would still fail.
Yeah, you are, but he is correct on the off chance that nobody heals you in the future. That it would have applied. So if you were like at a 6, it would have been worth rolling the 1d4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least it wasn't in that one.
Winged
that's
Kobold continues to run like a bitch.
Let him go.
All the regular kobolds are dead. Thodrian! Do you waste your magic or merely one of those Tim healing potions from the shitty apothecary that seemed to work reasonably well for Martin Luther and no one else?
I'm going to channel the hand of Morden and caress his face.
Oh, you get life.
Morden still wants you to fight. And so, I bequeath upon you 5 HP. Get back up, lad.
And pound those homeopath potions.
There's more dead kobolds than I remember.
You start looking around, somewhat panicked, worrying about another kobold shanking you, and realize that they're all dead. They're dead, Jim.
Oh, God. Don't tell me... Hold on, real quick. Don't tell me with my frantic looking around. Don't tell me I have to make a save to stop me from falling into the pit.
No. You're fine.
Thank God.
You're fine.
Thank God.
You do notice that the guard drakes appear to be eating the kobolds.
That's gross. Okay.
Meat is meat.
Good, Drake. Good.
Is there a chance I could change my my homeopathic potion?
Sure, you can always drink your homeopathic potion.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's a
It's
one.
been a bit. I've used Burning Hands twice. I've used Scorching
For
Ray
2 points of
once.
healing.
Hey,
Am I out of heavy hitting spells? Am I down to cantrips now?
I thought you only used 1 second level spell.
I used Scorching Ray and I used Burning Hands twice.
Right, so Scorching Ray used 1 of your second level slots, leaving you with 1 more.
Alright.
Oh, wait. And it looks like you were keeping track of your first level slots because you have 2 consumed.
Alright, cool. So I've got 1 level 1 left and 1 level 2.
No, you have 2 level 1s left and 1 level 2.
Two level 1s and 1 level 2. Alright, cool. Alright. As soon as he stops dying, I think we're ready to continue exploring.
I mean,
I'm
he
good.
drank his potion.
And I got health.
How you feeling? You got everything back together?
I'm alive. I'll say that.
Alright. Do you want to take point again?
No.
The
Sure.
odds that he will ever do that ever again are not in your favor.
I mean, again, as I said earlier, I am a religious zealot. I am quite gullible.
Alright.
By definition,
Oh,
I'm
man. Okay. So...
So
Alright.
you're...
I'm putting my happy ass in the back.
That seems a reasonable spot for you to be in.
So y'all
Alright,
are heading down the stairs?
Yeah. Since I'm already here, I'm just gonna... If our noise and death and destruction hasn't attracted anyone else by now, I'm pretty sure I'm safe for the time being, so I'm just gonna go to the bottom of the stairs and see what happens. Hopefully I don't trip a trap.
So the whole team's going?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Y'all head on down the stairs as I
Alright.
wait for the game to... as I wait for Roll20 to catch up.
Well, it's thinking deep thoughts, I'll tell you that. How many kobolds did we just kill?
A lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 15 or 16?
Did my character not move? What the hell happened?
You're down here.
I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Now the funny part is,
Yeah, we killed 16 of them.
the funniest fucking part is
Oh, no.
that once again, Martin Luther is the one to set off the trap none of you noticed.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why me?
But
Woo!
even funnier than that, the trap depended entirely on there being somebody behind the person who set it off. And Martin was
Oh.
the last guy in the group.
Hmm.
So as Martin is stepping off of the staircase, all of a sudden, the roof caves in behind you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, upon hearing it activate, I'm just gonna lunge. Just jump straight ahead, pretty much onto Thodrian in fight.
Come to Papa Thurdrian. Embrace his swarming, loving embrace.
And it doesn't end up blocking off the stairs. You could still pick your way around everything and get out. But, you know, it's kind of a really, fucking really.
I mean, it fits. It fits with kobolds. They are trappy motherfuckers.
All right. Well, now that we've set that off,
Now that you've set that off,
Oh, you just have them?
you find yourself in an area where thin mattresses of straw covered with badly cured furs form small beds haphazardly positioned throughout the chamber. Rats and small lizards scurry through the food scraps and moldy wineskins littering the floor. This looks like it was probably some sort of a barracks. Which makes sense for why
barracks.
so many kobolds were waiting for you.
all right.
I'm
There are flickering oil lamps that you don't care about because, like the kobolds, you guys have dark vision and therefore don't need lights.
Yay!
I'm gonna move up beside where Walko is, and is there anything that looks like chests or anything that I can look through? That we can look through?
At a casual glance, there aren't any chests. You can see coins kind of haphazardly scattered and some bizarrely stacked into very neat piles here and there, like a little tower of coins every so often. You can see plenty of dragon-themed talismans or amulets carved out of various sorts of bone, stone, wood, scattered about, much of which is on the side of terrible quality.
Hey, guys.
Let's just take the coins.
We should try to split up the coins.
You're going to do a thorough inventory of the room?
Yeah.
Alright, that will take, just to give you a kind of an idea, about 10 minutes.
Cool.
You all fine with
Because
10 minutes?
once again, the design team couldn't be bothered to come up with something better than 10.
Very
I
lazy.
got 10
design
on the
team.
brain.
Which turns up a couple of pieces of dragon talisman artwork worth some kinds of maybe potentially money to keep with you and see if you can't sell to somebody, as well as a small pile of gold, silver, and copper that we'll worry about later.
Okay.
Alright.
Can I just grab a few of the like good quality and even bad and mediocre quality of the dragon talismans?
Mhm.
Just to, in case they come in handy late.
So in addition to the 4 that are of noteworthy potential value, you want to grab a few more as possible, maybe we could use these somewhere items above and beyond. Okay.
This is turning into Skyrim. Just loot everything.
How
I
many?
need my entire item collection set. I want a house with nothing but moldy type items.
Dragon. How many of the good and bad mediocre qualities did I grab? Just so I can put them down.
We'll call it 10.
10 in total.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I can be just as lazy as the development team. From where Thodrin is standing, he can see kind of a tunnel passageway that goes deeper, and he gets a sense from his intrinsic relationship with the stone itself that it passes below the cavern of the sturges and the fungus.
Oh, good. We have a direction to go.
You don't have a dead end. You can keep going.
Yay. All right, so I took point, and then I got attacked by scourges.
I took point and I got fucking knocked
Almost
the fuck out.
deaded.
Yeah.
Almost deaded by kobolds. So, Thodrian, it's your turn, maybe?
Um. Mm, I guess I wanted to start winding up the stairs right here and see where that leads.
Yep.
That'll work.
So
Before he does, can I try to see if I can see any traps at all? I don't want to be stabbed
Give me
again.
a perception check.
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea at this point. I will lend my perception to this whole thing.
Yeah, I think Walker sees better than I do.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of traps.
Of course, the one
Okay.
time I get a good perception roll, I don't see any. Damn it. All right, well, let's continue on.
Yeah.
hey, who's silver? Oh,
As you go through a tunnel that drops down below the earlier caverns you had traveled through, and then starts to kind of climb back up on the other side.
Ah,
And let me
All
check
right.
in on the room that you're coming up into.
I can't see anyone else. It's just me.
that
Oh,
may or
you're-
may not be a good thing.
Yeah, it says I'm okay. It says I was up in that level above with the 4 fungi thing.
I will shift people around until you're all into the same.
Yeah, I
I
can
can
see
see
him.
the
What
room.
was that person?
I can see the room.
Yeah. What?
I don't see anything over there. That's not in my line of sight.
I
You
mean,
don't see
it looks like a token that has. Looks like a succubus or something that has something held to a guy's neck,
Oh,
and the guy's
what-
screaming.
Yeah.
That
I
is
think.
that is a horrible interpretation of what that token is actually supposed to look like.
I mean, it looks like somebody being held hostage, and because of the way the.
Oh,
that's
okay.
a huge token.
Okay.
For me, from
The
how small,
hand looked like a face at that angle.
yeah, from how tiny it was, I thought it was a clansman holding a dude hostage.
It's a
Makes a lot more
crazy-looking
sense now.
motherfucker with an axe.
Makes a hell of a lot more sense now. Okay, I see it.
Okay, 1 second. Gotta put the photos up.
So, as you're coming up out of the walkway, Thodrian,
Mm-hmm.
the room you're entering looks like somebody started with a natural cave and then enlarged and reshaped it to make it something more formal, more grandiose than it was before. The floor and the and 3 of the walls are smooth. The stalactites and stalagmites in the cave have been polished into gleaming columns. Every surface glistens with a light moisture, and the air is warm and humid. The flat walls of the chamber are decorated with shallow, abstract carvings of dragons, dragons' tails coiled into intricate patterns and knots flowing across the walls. The creature portrayed in the northwest corner. So, I'm not sure where the fuck they think the northwest corner is supposed to be because you are entering from the northwest corner.
That's
I mean, I don't see a compass on this map. How are we to know that top is north?
Is that the north? Is that the compass? No, that's the compass. Yeah, no, the top is north. So you're literally entering from the northwest corner, and they fucked up.
Okay.
Wow.
we are the creatures. All right.
I honestly feel like the southeast corner is the more likely location, for
Yeah.
the portrayal of a 5-headed dragon rising from an erupting volcano. Other dragons, which are dwarfed by this monstrosity, flock to its side, and a small wooden chest with silver and mother-of-pearl inlays. And you're a dwarf, so you know these things on sight. Even though it's across the
Nice.
room from you, behind the guard of a couple of vicious-looking men and a half-dragon.
You got an eye for shiny shit.
He's a dwarf.
I do.
Oh wait, are half dragon dudes here too? The one,
Yes.
is that the one we fought before?
That's the one
And-
Brune fought before.
yeah, the one Brune fought before
So
while we were off.
I
on
motion
another
for
mission.
people to fall back.
Have they seen us yet?
They do. You're not entirely sure, Thodrian. Thodrian, you're feeling confident that you haven't yet been spotted just yet.
So you want to fall back? I'd be fine with falling back.
Well, yeah. So I motion
We
for
don't-
basically everyone to hold, and we need to go back down the stairs because I'm not having a conversation at the top of the stairs in this room.
yeah, let's move. Let's move
Yeah.
back to the barracks.
So you guys start falling back. And as you're pulling away, you've lost line of sight, but you can hear somebody suddenly speaking. Sir, one of the kobolds from the barracks, sir, has reported intruders.
Ah,
Of course you
shit.
did.
Somehow, that one kobold you let get away found a way to warn people.
Oh, shit. Guys, I think we best leave. We might want to move now.
Well, that's kind of why I'm like,
I don't know. Can we take him? Brune single-handed him.
Boone was also a motherfucking Bale.
This is true.
I mean, we can try it,
At the very least,
but that was also one-on-one.
that was.
Who's to say he won't have backup?
Well, he has at least one dude in there with him. Honestly, at this point, if we backtrack to where the drakes are, that's a pretty narrow corridor. So he's only got really a couple of options to come in, either the way we came in or the stairs. So I'm thinking we pull back to that point, see if he pops his ugly mug out, and if he does, just blow him the fuck away right there.
All right.
Oh,
But we will need to clean the stairwell of the ceiling debris.
Is there any... I can't get any healing before this battle.
That's right, we do have that debris, don't we?
Yep.
Well, this is the only way
Wait.
into the barracks
Can
that's
we-
clear.
Wait, hold on, guys. Dragon, can we line the stairs going into that room with all the debris in here that you said?
Sure. You could pull the debris from this staircase where it fell over to the staircase leading into the shrine, the temple that you said didn't exist.
You said, was there also flammable stuff in the barracks, I guess?
There was
Old
the
wine
straw
skins.
bedding and whatnot, yeah.
Okay, guys,
Throw the bedding and shit down there. I can light that shit up like a
so
Christmas.
you go grab that, all the wood. Me and Walker will go and get all the straw and lay on the stairs. When he comes up, we light it. We ignite it.
That Seems like a
Well, so
decent enough
these.
plan.
Yeah. So we had to go. This staircase is going down, not up, correct?
This staircase that you're currently standing on goes down.
Okay.
On the other side is a staircase that goes up. Back here, from your current perspective, that staircase is going up.
All
Hmm.
right.
Because I'm just trying to think. If we got it at the right location, we could have the smoke actually fill that room up.
Then you would
Yeah,
probably,
we
to
could.
do that, you would want to put it down here. Ideally
okay.
oriented towards this side, so it would be more likely to flow up the stairs on that side than up the stairs on your side.
Right.
Hey, real quick, Dragon. In the poisonous, is there anything that I could make that, say, if it caught fire, it would turn into a gas rather than stay a liquid?
Do you have enough skill to do that?
Um, I am not sure.
Then
If you
that's your
don't
answer.
if you don't pound a potion to get your health back, because you're probably going to.
He
I
pounded
have a-
his last potion.
Yeah, I have.
Do I have one to give him?
poisoner's Kit. I don't have potions kit. I have a poisoner's kit.
I think I've still got a potion. Give him. I'll give him my potion so he can pound it to see what
Do
happens.
you have a potion? I don't see a potion
I
in
I
your
haven't
inventory.
used it.
I have one
I have
potion
it.
in my inventory. I can chuck them.
Because what I'm
Oh
thinking
wait, I
is
think
if-
I gave it to somebody
if we
else.
make- if we make that fire, if we also throw in a poison that could potentially turn into a gas, we could literally just poison that whole room.
Well, we don't have a lot of time to prep, so I'm looking for a quick and efficient.
That's why I said you go get all that wood from the staircase, and me and Walker will go and get all the straw.
When I say that we don't have a lot of time, I mean they're going to be going and checking the barracks extremely soon. We need to have a game
Yeah.
plan going within the next 30
We-
seconds.
We
Or
really
run
don't
like
have time
bitches.
to grab much of anything to throw
That
down
too.
there except for some straw.
I was
And
going to
he's
say,
going to be coming through.
We have some straw and wood, and you have a firebolt, Walker.
Yeah, we do, but do we have time to gather it? I mean, we've got literally less than a minute to work with. I'm thinking the best thing that I can do is have a shield in front of us where you're at right now, Theldrian, and as soon as they poke their mugs around up them stairs, just start raining hell down. That's the best option I can get right now.
and that's the best I can give. Is the walkway back up to the Drake area clear, or is that completely caved in and we do not have any option to leave?
You have
We can pick our way around it.
Yeah, it would be difficult terrain if you were in a combat situation right this second. It would be a bitch to get through, but given the current circumstance, you could make your way through it without too much difficulty.
Go up to the top of the stairs. It'll be difficult terrain for them if we're raining shit down on them.
That would be the best option if we wanted to hold our ground.
That,
Yeah.
and we could throw the corpses down the stairs to make it even more difficult.
That's a fair point.
Let's do that.
Yes, but we don't have the time to really do that.
If we run up there, we can grab the bodies and just yeet them. No issue.
I'm
I
willing
mean, you're
to
going to
toss
need
in
a
the
predator for that kind of strength.
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing. I'm so we're either gonna die or we're gonna do this.
Okay. In all seriousness, though, we need
Let's
to
just-
move back up the stairs to the Drake room and fortify from there. And we know that
Yeah,
there's
let's do
another
that.
place that they can go to get to us, so we can't expect that the Drake pit's going to be a protected area for very long. We don't know how the
Yeah.
other dude got where he did.
That's true.
Yeah, we
If
might
anything-
need to tweeting.
If anything, it wouldn't be a bad idea to jump down into the refuse area and wait that out.
It might not. That might be our best bet.
Yeah, we can roll with that.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's probably the smartest thing to do.
To the refuse
This
pit
thing-
then.
If he's tracking us through scent, that'll throw him off too. I mean, let's face it, it's hard to smell an elf and, you know, a dwarf and a fucking human through the smell of absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Fall down to the first level? I mean, it'll give them the high ground, but if we can get into that refuse area,
It'll hide you.
it
Yeah.
should be able to hide us.
Yeah.
Especially if we hide under all that trash. It's gonna stink to high heaven, but we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, that's about the best option we got. And
Oh,
hell,
yeah.
down at that first level, one of us can hide behind the pillar that's down there.
I would say that that's probably the smartest for one of y'all, because Doja, if they decide to come down here, Dojan's a heavy hitter. If they don't, and we think we might be able to take them, if they turn around, you have a fireball.
Yeah,
I have 6 arrows. Realistically, for a long range, I'm not going to be helpful for very long.
if we're lucky, he'll wander outside trying to see what's going on outside, and we can go back. If we want to, we can go back in and maybe see what's going on deeper inside after he leaves. But if he
Maybe.
leaves, if he goes to the main entrance, either way, unless we wait for him to go back into the temple, we're gonna have to throw down with him eventually.
Maybe. Wait a second. Guys, what have the drakes been eating?
Kobolds.
What is this enemy?
What enemy?
The dude who said, dude who's come, like, in the other room, possibly coming up the stairs. Dodrin, if you may, if you don't want to, that's fine. Do you think you can unlock the gate? Don't open it, maybe just push it ajar, but don't actually open it up
Oh,
while we go to the
I
refuse.
see that. Yeah,
I
let's
can
do
do
that.
that.
Let's do that.
Unlock
That
the
might be a
gate,
good
push
thing.
it open, and let's go to the refuge. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Time to go.
Alright, assuming that they're still snacking on kobolds, I don't want to open it up if they're going to be looking directly at me.
No,
That's why I said-
they almost seem lethargic at this point, having
Uh,
snacked on their weight in kobolds.
Alright, well then, yeah, I'll just ajar the door and then run back.
Who knows? Maybe they may get a scent of new flesh.
New flesh.
Hopefully
Alright,
not ours.
Yeah, I'm. Kill shit. Yeah, I'm just
Alright,
gonna
so-
jump. I'm just gonna go about right over here. I'm actually going to. I want to hide.
How difficult is it to get down this thing? Is it like a sheer drop, or is it kind of just an incline?
It's a fairly steep drop with a little bit of effort and focus. You can get down it without too much trouble.
Okay.
But
Alright.
it's
So-
definitely not like you could scramble right the fuck back up. It's a 45 plus degree incline.
All right, so it's gonna
Alright.
be difficult, but we can do.
Yeah, you can do it, but it's not easy in either direction. So you definitely wouldn't want to do it in a combat situation.
Yeah.
Alright.
That. Okay. Yep.
Well, I've moved
Um,
down behind the pillar. As soon as it populates, that should shield me from line of sight. The cave mouth.
I'm gonna get down here. I'm gonna get on that second level. If anything, with where I am, I could pop up, shoot an arrow if need be, but it's the best I've got.
So you're all hiding down there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Give me perception checks.
Perception.
Oh God, I don't see nothing.
I don't see a whole lot.
Hey, I get a good perception. All right. Tell me it's a good thing that I got a perception.
So, Walker. From your position above things, you have just enough of a warning to shout out to Thodrian and Martin Luther. Just to give you an idea of why you might consider shouting out to them.
Oh no.
There's more
Oh,
shit
no.
down here. Yay.
Well, you can see these creatures rising up out of the refuse around them.
Of course I can.
Of course we jump all the way down for that.
Troglodytes? Are you actually kidding me, Dragon?
Nope.
We should have just fought the.
Oh God,
We should have fought the half dragon and just been done with it.
Guys, I think I'm dead.
I knew we should have just pinned him up in the. God damn it! Fuck.
Oh shit! I am sorry. I may have just got us killed.
No, you got you killed. I'm in a position to help Thodrian. Fuck you.
So
You
there
have
is,
two of these motherfuckers.
there is a concept commonly known as initiative that
Oh,
I would encourage you all to
God.
roll right now.
The pain.
Remember to select your character icon before you roll.
All right. Oh.
Fuck!
I have no idea why you still can't seem to get that to work.
Are you clicking on the number or the word?
The world.
No. I got nothing then.
We just need you to stream like your desktop so we can see what you're doing.
I know, right?
Yeah, sometime we ought to have that happen, just because it's weird that you keep having this problem.
I click on my character. I go to my other desktop because I have it split up onto two desktops, and I click initiative.
Oh,
That
that
may
might be
be
what
an
it
issue.
is. If they're on two separate desktops, that might be what it is. Maybe?
I've had that
I
happen
don't know
before
enough
where
to
it stopped
know,
working.
but
Separate desktops or separate monitors?
Desktop.
using the multiple desktop feature of Windows 10 is what he's talking about.
That could quite easily be the problem then.
You're probably better off to just access your character sheet from inside Roll20.
I was gonna say I have my character sheet as a tab, and I just jump over to the tab and click on it, and then click back over.
So, Martin, Walker's shout allows you to not be surprised as a pair of troglodytes pull themselves out of the refuse, revealing their presence.
What do you do?
What do you do?
And what's
You're
wrong
the
with you
hostage.
for thinking me?
I wouldn't suggest taking your turn to pray. I'd suggest doing some.
Yeah, no. All I said was, Ilmator, why have you forsaken me?
Because you won't leave him alone.
Fuck off.
It's an abusive relationship, man. Ilmatar needs his space.
Oh fuck! I'm boned.
Not as
I'm going
boned
to
as you're about to be.
I'm going to assume that troglodytes are not the same. They're not like dragon heritage like kobolds.
They are not.
So
You would be
yeah,
reasonable in assuming that.
yeah. I guess I'm just gonna pull out my sword and just flail, just flail it
He's
around,
gonna
trying to
go
keep it
down
all consistent.
Admirable.
Just
Go
kind of
down
hit him, but
swinging.
just like, oh shit, stay away.
That is going to be a hit
Okay, that's fine.
as you desperately flail at them. How
Yeah.
badly do you flail them?
Hey.
Not bad.
He flailed well.
He flailed well enough to make the one nearest him lurch back a little bit in surprise and shock that he was even noticed.
That's
Oh shit!
promising.
Oh fuck, guys, I may die.
Walker! You're the only person who is not threatened at all by troglodytes. What do? Laugh maniacally as they die?
No, I've got to do something.
Oh shit!
All right. I'm going to use my Scorching Ray, and I'm going to take pity on the dumbass. I'm going to use the Scorching Ray on... Let me get the right tool here. I'm going to use a Scorching Ray on this one, and this one.
Okay,
Hopefully,
there we go. There are the...
giving my companions time to scramble their asses out of the bottom of this pit. So let's see how that works out. I'm using one of my most powerful spells to save your ass.
Oof. Oof.
Why is Monaco so mean?
Damn, none of those hit, do they?
Do you still have the 1d4 edition? You still have
It's
that?
been more than a minute.
Fuck.
No, it's been well more than a minute.
Yep.
So, you miss. You miss bad on all of them.
Great.
However,
They're in the... Okay.
the one that you aimed at this guy,
Yeah.
oh come on, where are the ones I own? Thank you. Strikes into the ground nearby, producing the beginnings of a fire in the refuse pit.
Awesome.
Because remember, you're talking about a pit full of potentially flammable shit.
You couldn't
Hey.
have put that into a nearby troglodyte to ease me? No!
I guess you better climb your ass out real quick, because something tells me that fire's going to spread pretty damn quick. Especially with the oil lanterns we saw in there earlier.
Are you happy with where you're located, Walker?
I really don't think I could be in any better position than I am currently.
So that brings us to the troglodytes.
I'm die. I'm a
Oh
die.
my god, you're kidding me.
Don't tell me you're not 20. Don't tell me you're not 20.
I'm just looking over what the troglodytes can do.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
don't have fond hopes for what this battle's about to bequeath
Yeah.
upon our
I'm
corpses.
so sorry. But every
We're
one of them has multi-attack.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh
we're dead.
no.
Okay.
No, you're dead. I'm still
Oh
up on
god.
I'm still up on the top level.
So the one that you managed to hit, Martin, is pissed.
Yeah. I would expect.
And so he bites you, tearing into your shoulder, ripping open your carotid artery,
I want to.
and dropping you to your knee as one of his claws slashes out, dropping you into the negatives.
Oh no.
But he misses horribly with his other attack. So you lucked out at least there. The other troglodyte that was attacking you, seeing you on the ground and having no particular fucks to give about you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drags his happy ass up onto the upper ledge
Oh, you motherfucker.
to go face off against Walker.
Ha!
And then we get to the troglodytes over by Thodrian.
Why
If we
can't
survive
we
this-
be friends? Why can't we be friends?
What is your AC? Thodrian?
18.
Okay, all three from the first one. One of them, as he leans in to bite, you manage to just whip your shield around just enough to lever that corner of it into his
God.
mouth. So he ends up just kind of nomming and chewing on your shield, while his claws scrabble uselessly against your mail.
If we survive this, I swear I'm gonna choke the life out of you, Martin.
I'm likely dead.
Oh, and the other guy manages, whilst your shield is tied up on the one troglodyte, the other is able, despite the fact that his bite gets deflected by your hammer, one of his claws you manage to fucking crush because he rolled a nat 1. But his
Oh.
other claw, despite it all, manages to sneak past your defenses and score a glancing blow. And I need to update some other stuff.
And that motherfucker's coming down the tunnel. I just know he is.
Thodrian!
Yep,
Yo.
I see two of the people that look like clansmen and or succubi.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
You
God
see
damn
nothing,
it.
you're unconscious.
My line of sight allows me to see them. I see nothing. I'm knocked the fuck out.
So
Thodrian,
Thodrian,
Yo.
what do
do you
you
got?
do about the troglodyte problem?
Who's the one that smacked me?
To your right.
Alright, well. I'm gonna do what I do best and swing a warhammer, I guess. Hey!
That's gonna
Oh,
change
yeah.
things.
That's gonna.
So, I'm gonna do that, and I'm also gonna do Divine Smite.
Oh my. I feel an instagib coming on.
And so. Next,
Wow.
23 damage.
Ooh!
Damn.
As you reduce him to motes of light.
He done.
He's not just done, he has ceased to have a metaphysical reality.
You literally Thanos them.
You
Yeah.
Thanos'd a bitch.
And so I'm gonna then look over to the guy behind me, and I don't know if he speaks my language or not, but I'm gonna speak in common. Continue this fight, and you will end as your comrade. Join us,
Troglodytes are
and you
watching.
will be spared.
Okay. I technically should have done this at the beginning of your turn, but I didn't realize that this was a thing they could do. Roll me a Constitution save.
Yep. No, I was wondering if they had that in fifth ed.
What?
They stink to high heaven.
Oh.
He stinks so bad that you now have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh.
Excuse me?
I'm going to run that as an at the end of the turn thing, since I made that mistake once. I'm going to carry it forward for everyone else. Not that it matters for our next character, Martin Luther. Give me a death saving throw.
Dear God, please don't be in that one.
Again. That's a success!
Yay!
We have stability!
He lives for now.
He doesn't die yet. Okay. Walker. You have a troglodyte up in your face. He stinks, but it doesn't affect your ability to do things yet because I'm applying my rule consistently.
Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. And since he's this close, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a firebolt in his face, and I'm going to twin it.
You know that Firebolt being a ranged spell and him in melee is going to give you disadvantage on the attack roll anyway, right?
Really? Oh,
Yep.
no, I didn't know that.
Also,
well, I can't.
flammable shit all around you. Trash.
No, I'm on a level higher. I'm not in the flammable shit unless I'm.
You're in
not
some
mistaken.
flammable shit, just not as much as they're in.
Alright, well,
Stupid K-pop bitch.
how about a witch bolt? Would I be able to cast a witch bolt without, lighting everything around me on fire?
Witch Bolt would not catch everything on fire. I am triple checking, but I'm pretty sure that that would still technically qualify as a ranged attack that you would have disadvantage on.
Yeah. If it does, I'll have to move slightly to put a little rain.
Yep, it
They don't
is still a
get
ranged
that.
attack. You would have disadvantage on the roll.
Alright, well, let's see. Let me take a look. Because if I'm in melee range, I don't want to move away too much because he's going to...
If
Try
you
to kill
have
me
a
if I
touch
do.
range spell, that would be ideal.
Let's...
And you don't. Burning Hands might be your best choice, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Just kind of roast him to the ground in an act of desperation.
That sounds like a plan to me. I'll just burning hands him.
Videos.
Yeah.
So he has to make a DC 12 save, and he, oh my god, he fails badly.
Mm.
Ooh,
Wow, holy.
as he takes 15 points of damage from your burning hands,
Sweet.
Oh,
thus reducing to dust a troglodyte.
I can roll with that. I feel no regrets. Except for following... Why do we still... Never mind, we'll deal with that later.
As more fire starts to erupt. Yeah, I am kind of reminded of when Martin Luther tried to stake out a kobold in the middle of town and got murder raped.
Yeah.
Murder rape feels like the right term. Troglodytes.
There's only 2 left. Thank whatever god is applicable.
I hate to be a dick, but unfortunately, Martin Luther gets a failure on a death saving throw because the troglodyte near him is pissed off about how much he got hurt by Martin and really wants him to suffer. So he bites him. The other troglodyte that's still alive sees fires. But at the same time, he also sees this weird dwarf motherfucker, and he doesn't speak common, so he has no idea.
But he did see his friend just kind of vaporize.
Disappear.
Yes, which to him might suggest that he needs to kill you faster.
Oh,
Fair.
of course it does.
As
That's
he
not exactly
manages,
smart.
as he manages to bite your hammer hand, one of his claws skitters across your chest plating, and the other claw manages to catch one of the grooves around your around the elbow joint of your shield arm. As he just goes all balls out frenzy on your ass.
Of course he does.
How is it that the guy with the lowest AC, me, is still standing with next to nothing done to him, and the 2 heavy-hitting guys are getting their asses?
Two
How
heavy
is this happening?
Two heavy hitters. I'm literally unconscious.
I mean, he hit the ground heavy like.
You've
You
got more
did hit
armor
the
than I
ground with
do.
a very dramatic thump.
Okay,
God.
guys, that's uncalled for. That's rude. I came here.
No, it's just matter of fact.
I came here to have a good time, and now I feel attacked.
Are you still
The
alive,
troglodyte
Thodrian?
is
I
kind of
mean, you're
attacking.
getting attacked a lot. I don't know. You should look into that.
Oh, Thodrian, it's your turn.
He's still standing. He's still standing.
Oh, by
Yep.
the way, we have the big guy, the balloon fight. He's coming fast.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
no, we're
No, he's right here.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, so I have disadvantage. I'm gonna go ahead and whack. So does that hit?
Yes, it does. Although I'm not sure why you have disadvantage.
Because of the
Because
smell.
I thought you told me the stench gave me disadvantage.
Oh, right, you failed your save.
Yeah. And Warhammer. And
Whack his nose.
yep. And let's see. What is that? Oh. Give me a sec.
Walker. May
Yeah.
I suggest when a spell to hit both these troglodytes and then hide so if the guy rounds the corner he don't see us fighting?
I can make that happen.
Alright. And
see us fighting.
I divine smite or do I? I will
No,
do a.
unleashing a divine smite might just be what you need right now.
Well, it'll be my
Fuck
last
it.
spell slot. So I'll go ahead and
Do it.
do it.
And, do it and then hug a corner. Get out of sight.
Yeah, he is gone. Holy damn, he is gone.
That,
Did he
I
oh,
also?
yeah.
that was max damage for a divine smite, mind you.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn.
I
All right.
tried to warn him. He didn't listen.
Did he also get Thanos?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. So those guys are dead. The only one left is the one that's continually beating the shit out of you.
Ugh. God damn it. Why is it always at the tense moments? It's time for another bathroom break. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
And we are back. And Thodrian completed his turn. Martin Luther needs to give us a death saving throw.
He's got, what, 2 of those left, right?
That one. I am horribly scared.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Just roll it. Oh,
I'm
failure, but not critical failure.
All right.
Oh, fuck. I am boned.
Oh,
Not
no.
quite yet. Not quite yet. All right, so
Walker,
I'm gonna
it's your
use
turn.
Twinned Spell on Fireball. So you want me to just throw it twice?
Yep.
All right.
Huckatoofer.
1 and 2.
They both hit.
It double tapped again, didn't it?
Oh,
You just double
They
tapped the
both hit.
troglodyte.
Okay. So here's the damage for the first one and the second one.
And you
Oh.
needed the 2 of them together to take out the troglodyte, dropping him dead.
All right. Cool.
Now, I'm scared.
All right. What do I need to do since we've killed everything in the general area? What do you need for me to see if the half dragon is anywhere around?
You would have to have some basis for being able to see whether or not he's around, such as line of
Of
sight.
course. All right. So if I moved to say here, would I require a check to maintain staying out of sight?
No, you'd be more or less behind a pillar of rock.
All right. I'm
I
going
might require a
to.
stealth check as appropriate.
Would you like me to roll one?
Go ahead and move. I don't need one right now.
All right. I'm going to take 5 feet to get there. And as soon as everything populates, we'll see what we're looking at. Because I need to at least get to him to cast Spare the Dying. Much as doesn't fucking deserve it.
That's rude.
I see peoples and things. Shit.
Who in
All
the
right.
group speaks Draconic and is conscious?
Let me check. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure if I do or not.
Being conscious is an important part of the equation.
Yeah.
Very important.
Even if it wasn't, I do not.
I do not. I speak Goblin, Dwarvish, and Common.
I speak Common, Elvish, and Giant. I don't speak Draconic.
So you can hear a baritone voice rumbling out through the room. You're not sure just what he's saying, but you give me an insight check, the two of you who are conscious.
All right.
Insight. All right.
Let's see what you can pick up about him.
What would insight fall under?
It's literally a skill. If you look at your skills, it's one of them.
Ah, there it is. Sorry, I glanced past it. My bad.
It's all good. You're both pretty sure that while you don't know exactly what he said, it seemed almost amused and dismissive.
Mm.
And he somehow managed. You're pretty sure that something about it has to do with the fires going on and spreading throughout the refuse pit.
Is ready?
I'm willing to wait it out and see if he goes back down the tunnel.
I don't really have an option.
Yeah, you really don't. You're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's only so long they can sit up there before all the smoke is rising up.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only really get around one more tone before I potentially perish.
Thodrian.
There's at least a 20-foot drop with the angle that any of his guys are standing at. If he hugs that wall, can they really see him?
If he hugs along the wall, he would not be easy to spot.
All right. No dashing, just kind of make your way there.
I was gonna say, if it's just me hugging the wall and I'm not dashing, then I could make it to.
Because it's 45 feet from him to me.
Like.
Let me check something real quick. If I were to drop down to where you guys are, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If I drop down from where I'm at and skirt the wall, double check me, Dragon, but I should be able to reach him. if I drop straight down from where I'm at, straight north.
Yeah, it's about 25 feet.
All right. So I'll motion to Thodrian to stay where he's at. And when it comes back to my turn, I'll drop down and I'll go over there and do the save the. Or do we even? Yeah, we still need to have initiative going on because these guys are around, but we're not actively in combat with them.
Because Martin Luther is not stabilized yet.
Right.
No, he's not. All right, so Thodrian, stay where you're at.
All
I'll
right.
just motion for him to stop, and after Martin takes his next save, I'll get down to him and I'll stabilize him.
Sounds good.
There's the issue.
Is this like an even distribution of refuse where I'm at, or is it a little less refusey? I'm just
It's
trying to see
probably
if
a
any.
little lower on the refuse where you're at, because it's so around a corner from where they would be throwing.
Right.
So you're probably in a low point of shit.
Okay.
Low point of shit.
You are
Well-
still well hidden because of the walls. The same reason
Right.
that it's low on refuse also makes it low on visibility.
So I'm looking to find a path either further along that wall area or in a place where I can push the refuse away so that I'm not getting lit on fire. Should it come to that.
You would be able to push enough refuse away that where you're currently standing would end up being not on fire.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone pray to Ilmater, because I'm about to click a button.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Martin Luther,
This
roll your death saving throw.
Okay.
is your last one, isn't
This
it?
is his last death saving throw.
Oh no.
Unless he succeeds.
I am very scared. Just throwing that out here.
This wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Huzzah! By the
Oh!
literal skin of his teeth!
Wow. He lives.
He has one more success. It's literally... if nobody gets to him and applies healing of some form, his next saving throw either stabilizes or kills him.
That's a 50-50 shot.
It's literally down to a 50-50 shot. Walker, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to stick with my original plan. And I'm going to save him just so I can choke the life out of him. I'm going to take my original plan, follow the wall down to him, and as soon as everything gets going, I'm going to cast Save the Dying. While I'm putting my hand over his mouth so he doesn't speak. This guy gets us in so much trouble. Why did we listen to him?
I don't know. Why did you listen to me?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Don't tempt me to not save you.
Spare the dying. Ooh, become stable, and that's it.
All right.
Yep.
If I can
Okay.
never get my character sheet to work for me. Sorry. I'm having issues.
It's a cantrip, so it doesn't matter too much.
Spare the dying.
Congratulations. You're still unconscious. You don't need to make saving throws.
Yay.
Woohoo!
I'm still gonna put my hand over his mouth to keep him fucking quiet in case he regains consciousness.
So what I'm hearing is that you're smothering him slowly.
His nose is clear. He can still breathe.
So as Langdedrosa and his berserkers apparently move off, and the fires spread, I feel like it's a good time to call it a night.
Yeah.
Because that just happened. And once again, Martin Luther fails to die.
Can we successfully extradite ourselves from the fire, at least, to work our way towards the cave entrance?
You know, given some of the things you guys might not be aware of, I kind of feel like it's appropriate to leave you exactly where you are.
Of course. If you get me killed, next session, if you get me killed, my next character is going to have an irrational hatred. You're not going to know why.
Just have any rational hatred of all elves who follow Omar.
Oh, man.
Well, I was gonna say, is Walker able to motion for Thodrian to come over so that I can at least get Walker up?
That would be fair. I will allow it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll tap you on the butt for 1 HP.
So we start the session with we will start next session with Thodrian, Walker, and Martin Luther collectively barely conscious and not at all combat ready, surrounded by fire with no way out.
Oh, man.
We'll see what the rest of the group can do to get them out of this situation. I really hope that that our other players are able to make the next session, because I don't want to re-roll 3 characters.
I was going to say, is this something where the name of the stream could be Deep in the Shit?
Quite possibly, except that would get me demonetized if I had monetization.
Knee deep.
Well, I was going to say, with the cursing that's been going on tonight, I don't think there's going to be much monetization.
And with all of that,
we are
I say to you all,
deep.
good night.